Yes, indeedy. As another big weekend of high school football is upon us, it's time once again for Murphy's Matchups with the guru of high school football in Tennessee, Murphy Fair. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. And now here with the AAA matchups, here's Murphy Fair. Wobar.
Thank you, Keith. We'll begin our look at AAA action in East Tennessee, where Science Hill entertains Daniel Boone, the first of several key showdowns in District 1 AAA. The Hilltoppers on a great run thus far this season, and we'll pick Science Hill in that one. Dobbins-Bennett should have no trouble with Davy Crockett. Tennessee High looks to win over Sullivan Central. I like Volunteer over Sullivan South. South still looking for a district win this season. South Doyle should beat Cock County. I like Seymour over Morristown East. A bit of a revenge factor for Seymour in this one. Powell should top Clinton. I like Jefferson County over Cherokee. Cherokee won this game last year 24-23. I think Jefferson County returns the favor in 2012. Look for Knoxville Central to beat Campbell County. Oak Ridge should beat Carnes. I like Sevier County over Morristown West. This is a Thursday night rivalry game in the Knoxville area. Maryville should beat Knoxville Catholic. I like Bearden over Farragut, the Battle of Kingston Pike, if you will. Hardin County should beat Knoxville Halls. I like Knoxville West over Lenoir City. Cleveland should beat McMinn County. Cleveland taking the week off last week, hoping to maintain first place in District 5 AAA. Bradley Central should beat Ottawa. Bradley won in the shootout last year 41-39. And finally, Walker Valley should top Soddy Daisy. Now taking a look at mid-state games. Antioch should beat Hunters Lane. Antioch had the week off last week and should be very well prepared for the Warriors. I like Beach and Jalen Hurd over Wilson Central. Centennial should beat Cane Ridge. I like Clarksville Northeast over Dixon County. Dixon County still undefeated in 10 AAA, however. Henry County should beat Clarksville. Look for Coffee County to beat Lincoln County. I like Columbia Central over Spring Hill. Stone Memorial should top Cumberland County. It's the Cumberland County Super Bowl. Cumberland County still looking for its first win of the season. Franklin County should beat Lancaster Christian. Hendersonville looks to top Gallatin. Both teams need a win to stay alive in the playoff hunt. Hillwood should beat Glencliff. I like Franklin over Lawrence County. Portland should beat Lebanon, a surprising Portland team still in the playoff race with a win here. Nashville Overton should top McGavock. I like Oakland over Ravenwood in a non-district ball game. Kenwood should beat Springfield. Kenwood, a 1-point loser last year. Mount Juliet should top Station Camp, and I like Rossview over West Creek. Now taking a look out west, Arlington should beat St. Benedict. Arlington, a 20-0 winner last year. Look for Collierville to beat Memphis Overton. I like Jackson Northside over Cordova. Cordova desperately needing a win. I don't think they'll get one, though, against the Indians. Craigmont should beat Raleigh Egypt. Look for Bolton to top Dyer County. Bolton building momentum down the stretch here. Southwind should beat Germantown. I like Hardin County over Adamsville. Adamsville a winner last year, but Hardin County a much improved football team under second-year coach Matthew Smith. Memphis East should beat Melrose. I like Memphis Central over Manassas. Ridgeway should top Houston. Both teams still atop District 15 AAA. Ripley over Bartlett. I like Millington over Tresvant. Briarcrest should beat White Station. And Keith, I like Wooddale over Kirby.
And Murphy, back at my old high school, we had a 650-pound tackle by the name of Bubba, who was so big at 4 years old.
Yes, Keith.
That he had to ride a tricycle built for two. Wabba! And we'll be back with more of Murphy's Matchups after this time out. More of Murphy.
A hat says a lot about a man. Who he is, what he does, what he stands for. Hey, this is Charlie. Join me as I switch out my traditional red hat with a limited edition pink hat. Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to be a statewide partner with the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. Visit your local Farm Bureau office and get your own pink hat for a minimum donation of $5. Find an office near you at fbitn.com.
Hello, this is Bruce Daniel with Huff and Puff Trucking. When we hauled our first load of freight in 1983 with just a handful of good folks, we knew we would have to huff and puff just to make a living. But with a lot of grit and hard work, we have become a flatbed carrier that delivers freight all over the United States and Canada. We haven't lost sight of things that are important, We focus on our employees and giving back to our community. Our company is built on dedicated individuals who know Huff and Puff Trucking is not just a catchy name, but a work ethic to be proud of.
Yes, indeedy. We are back on Murphy's Matchups, and the guru, Murphy Fair, has caught up with Fulton High School coach Rob Black.
Coach, are you guys where you thought you would be back in August at this time of the year, halfway through the season?
Well, yeah, for the most part, you know, we've been able to develop some depth along the way and had a lot of good young talent coming back. So we felt like we had a chance to have a pretty decent team and had some guys surprise me here and there with some of the stuff that they've done. And then some of the guys that have been making plays for us up to this point were guys that I expected to do so. So I'm kind of happy with where we're at and what our direction is right now.
Coaches always talk about momentum being such a huge part of games and the season as well. You got off to a great start with a big win over Morristown East, and even though you lost to West, an extremely good 5A football team, you lost to West by just a single point. And I'm sure that had to install a bunch of confidence in your kids and gave you something to work around.
Well, it did, you know, and West is a quality opponent. You know, I left that game thinking, heck, it could have went either way. You know, it was a 1-point loss, and they scored with about 30 seconds left to beat us. And, you know, sometimes a loss like that is good for your team, but I don't think we lost any of the momentum that you talked about. I felt like we played pretty good at times. And then, of course, after that one, after that West game, then obviously a big rival against Austin East, and continued with our momentum there and started really early against those guys. So that's kind of been a key for us, is that momentum up to this point.
Coach, you've been around the Falcon program for a long, long time, but this is just your second year as the head coach there, I believe. Being the head coach, everything you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, it is, and more. You know, when it comes to a time standpoint, there just seems like there's always something going on. And probably last year, I probably didn't do a really good job of managing my time and using the people that I had around me to help me with things. And this year I've done that a little bit more. I think I've got a really good staff and have been able to pass some stuff off to those guys and them help me with it and me not have to worry about it. So that's been good for me.
I know the stadium's in the same place, but from what I understand, it doesn't look anything at all like it did last year. Tell us a little bit about the upgrades and the renovation there at Fulton High School.
Well, we were able to add some seats. You know, I was a little bit worried about what we might get when they tore our old concrete stadium down. But myself, our team, our community are all just really happy with what we got. You know, it's kind of a two-level stadium, and we have, you know, the seat numbers and going to be doing some season ticket sales in the future with it. But we've got two levels, and then for the first time in a long, long time, we have a stadium on the opposite side for our visitors. So it'll seat somewhere around 750 people on the visitor side, and we haven't had that before. So we're pretty excited about it and got a very large press box that we fought for and we're able to get. So Russell Mays and his crew and the rest of the people that work up there have been really impressed with what we have there as well.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Russell's name. You can't talk Fulton football without Russell Mays. He's in the booth doing the broadcasting, but obviously a big part of Fulton football. And I know your predecessor, Buck Coatney, spoke at times that he couldn't get along without Russell.
Well, and he's right, because Russell does so many things behind the scenes to help not only the head football coach, but the program as a whole. And Russell's just very knowledgeable and very giving of himself and just a quality person. So we're tickled that he's on our team.
Coach Black, we appreciate your time. Wish you well this week and on throughout the season and into the playoffs. It looks to me like Falcon football is back, and people better keep an eye on Fulton.
Well, I hope so, and I appreciate you giving me a call.
We thank you, Coach, and we shall be back with more of Murphy's Matchups after this time out.
Deciding where to attend college should not be a difficult decision. Choose a school that will provide you with one-to-one attention students deserve. Choose a school that is going to make an investment in you. Cumberland University has a reputation for unparalleled personal attention. Cumberland students take pride in the fact that their professors help them find success for life after college. Find out how Cumberland University can help you find success. Check us out online at www.cumberland.edu.
Hey, it's Charlie. Everybody knows I have Farm Bureau insurance on all my vehicles. My daddy had it on his vehicles, and so did my papa. And while I've been tremendously happy with them, I can sure understand why you wouldn't want to just take my word for it. So instead, take this guy's word for it.
In a 2012 U.S. Auto Insurance study by J.D. Power and Associates, Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee was given the award for the highest customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Southeast region.
Yeah, what he said.
For J.D. Power and Associates award information, go to jdpower.com.
We're back on Murphy's Matchups, and here he is, the guru of Tennessee high school football, Murphy Fair.
Thanks again, Keith. We'll start this segment with AA in East Tennessee, where Elizabethton travels to Unicoi County. Elizabethton trying to maintain its hold on first place in 1AA. I think they do just that. Fulton should top Gatlinburg-Pittman. I like Gibbs over Carter. Look for West Green to beat Claiborne. Both need a win if they plan on staying alive in the playoff picture. Granger should top South Green. I like York over Bledsoe County. Tyner Academy down in Chattanooga should beat Chattanooga Central. I like Sequoia over Scott. Scott still looking for a win after 6 contests this season. Greenville should beat Cumberland Gap. I like East Hamilton over Hickson. East Hamilton trying to maintain its top spot in 6AA. Look for East Ridge to beat Chattanooga Howard. Johnson County entertaining J.J. Kelly, Virginia. I think the Longhorns get a win here. White County should beat Loudon. Look for Kingston to beat McMinn Central. I like Meigs County over Cannon County. Signal Mountain should beat Polk County. I'm picking Red Bank at Brainerd to come away a winner. The loser may very well eliminate itself from the playoff race this year. Austin East should beat Union County. I like Sullivan North over Union, Virginia. And Sequatchie County should beat Whitwell. Now we'll look at mid-state games. Giles County entertaining Fairview, a huge game in District 12 AA. I think the district title may be on the line in this one, and I'm picking Giles County to win. Waverly should beat Creekwood. Lipscomb should beat Greenbrier, a non-district game, but usually a pretty close matchup between these two teams. Sycamore should beat Harpeth. I like Lewis County over Hickman County, both still in the playoff hunt in 3A. Livingston Academy should beat White House. I like DeKalb County over Macon County. CPA over Maplewood in the Thursday night light contest. White House Heritage should beat McEwen. I like Camden over Montgomery Central. Page should beat East Hickman. 6 or 7 teams still challenging for playoff positions in District 12 AA. Cheatham County should beat Stewart County. I like Marshall County over Summit. Grundy County should beat Upperman. I look for Pearl Cone to top Whites Creek. Stratford, a probable loser at East Nashville. Each enters the game with just 1 overall win. Now looking at West Tennessee, Douglas should beat Oakhaven. Oakhaven 0-7 thus far this season. I like Booker T. Washington over Kingsbury. Brighton should beat Carver. Look for Covington to top Haywood. Bolivar Central should beat Fayette Ware. Fayette Ware hoping to break the state's longest losing streak of 46 games. I don't think they'll get that done, however, down in Bolivar. Frazier should beat Hamilton. I like South Gibson over Gibson County. Hillcrest should beat Memphis Northside. Look for Jackson Southside to beat Liberty. If Liberty loses, the Crusaders may be out of the playoff race. Lexington should top Chester County. I like JCM over McNary Central. Milan should beat Huntington. After last year's upset, Milan should prevail this time around. Look for Westview to beat Dyersburg and Fairleigh to top Westwood. Now we'll look at single A action. Cosby at Pigeon Forge. A bit of a mismatch here, but a great gate game for the Tigers. I think Pigeon Forge an easy winner of this one. Cloudland should beat Kings Academy. Look for Chucky Doak to beat North Green. Another non-district game where the gate is the ultimate winner in this one. Chucky Doak should win that contest. Hampton should beat Sullivan East. Like Cofield over Jellicoe. Harriman should beat Midway. A great rivalry game in Roane County between two teams that are struggling a bit this year. South Pittsburgh should beat Arlington Christian out of Georgia. Marion County should beat Chattanooga Grace. I like Oneida over Oliver Springs. Silverdale Baptist Academy should top Chattanooga Christian. Silverdale lost by 21 last year, but is 5-1 in its first 6 games this year. Greenback should beat Rockwood. Sunbright should top Oakdale. I like Knoxville Grace over Tellico Plains. Copper Basin should beat Towns County, Georgia. Towns County 0-6 thus far this season. And I think Boyd Buchanan has no trouble with UNACA. Now in Middle Tennessee, Moore County hosting Cascade should be a great game, probably for the District 9 championship. Neither team was picked to win that district, but they're both sitting on top of the league right now. I like Moore County to win this one. Columbia Academy should beat Perry County. Look for Friendship Christian to top Watertown. Houston County entertaining Clarksville Academy could be for the District 10 Single A title. Both have very impressive records. I like Houston County in this one. Huntland should beat Community. I'm picking Jackson County over Clay County. Collinwood should beat Loretta. The home field advantage, probably the difference in this one. I'm picking Forrest over Middle Tennessee Christian. Mount Pleasant should beat Richland. Look for Nashville Christian to beat East Robertson. Red Boiling Springs hosting Monterey. I think playing at home gives the Bulldogs an opportunity to get a key district win here. Trousdale County will have no trouble with Pickett County. Look for Wayne County to beat Cornersville, and Gordonsville should beat Westmoreland. In West Tennessee, I like Union City over Lake County. Lake County won a shootout last year, 52-46. Should be a great game again this year. I like Dresden over Riverside. Humboldt should beat Greenfield. Look for Peabody to beat South Fulton. McKenzie should top Trinity Christian. I'm picking West Carroll over Scotts Hill. And Forrest.
Yes, sir.
Gleason gets a big win over Fulton City, Kentucky.
Hello. Mama was telling they coach at Gleason High School that before I became an All-American at Alabama, that I was such a terrible tailback for the Greenbow County High School team that we were using our running game
Yes, Forrest.
to set up our punting game.
And we'll be back with more of Murphy's Matchups after this time out.
From Maryville to Memphis, son, you better get this. Everywhere you go, I'm gonna be there too. I'll be there in all good, Berry Hill and Brentwood. You can bet your buckle I'll be looking for you. Up in Nashville, I will find you. Down in Dixon, I'll be there. Out in Dover, pulling you over. Like your mama said, you better best beware. You better best beware, 'cause I'll be there. I'll be there.
Law enforcement is on the lookout for impaired drivers. In cities, towns, even out in the country. Booze it and lose it.
From Martin to McMinnville, Chattanooga, Churchill, Tullahoma, Trimble, and old Knoxville too. Out in Clearview, in your rear view. Let me tell you, son, I shall be looking for you. It's what I do. I'll be looking for you.
Paid for by the Governor's Highway Safety Office.
I'll be there. Beware.
Yes, indeedy. We're back on Murphy's Matchups as Fairview High School coach Chris Hughes joins the guru, Murphy Fair.
Chris Hughes, the head coach at Fairview High School, our guest this week on Murphy's Matchups. And Coach Hughes, first of all, welcome to the broadcast. It's been an interesting year for the Yellow Jackets thus far.
Yeah, I would say a roller coaster, but we haven't been used to facing adversity, and due to some injuries and some bad play and some things that have happened, we've you put ourselves in a little bit of a hole this year that we're not used to.
Well, it's funny you mentioned injuries because I was going to touch on that a little bit. What is the situation now as you get ready for the second half of the season, and obviously a huge game in Pulaski this week against the Bobcats of Giles County?
Well, we're not planning on holding anybody out this week. We're going to have everybody I've got, and I could use about 5 more, but we're going to use our entire squad. But what we've got is situational injury where we have people that are back from injury, but they're still not 100%. Some shoulders, some knees, and they're going to come back. And I got to see how they do this week and make sure they're ready. But we're playing everybody against Giles County. Now, what we're looking forward to, Murphy, is we've got a bye week right before our Summit game at the end of the year, and I'm hoping that we can heal up and be totally healthy going into the playoffs.
Coach, when you mention Williamson County across the state, most people want to talk about either Brentwood or Franklin or maybe BGA, and they forget there's a couple of pretty good 3A and 4A football teams in that county. Do you sometimes feel like you don't get a whole lot of respect because of those 5A and 6A teams?
Well, we're kind of the people around here say that we're the redheaded stepchild of Williamson County, and, nobody pays any attention to Fairview, but I find that it works to our advantage. Our kids don't buy into that, and if you talk to any of those coaches, Independence, Franklin, any of those, they'll tell you, hey, Fairview's got, some good things going on with the football program. So I think we do have a little bit of respect from the people that know about football. Where we get it overlooked is, Brentwood and Independence and, Centennial, even with Coach Rector, that they're going to pack in 6,000 to 7,000 people to a game. We're going to pack in 2,000 to 3,000, but it's still big-time football atmosphere.
District 12 AA is a pretty rugged district, probably the best, if not one of the best AA districts across the state. There's not a lot of breathers in your district.
I think we're learning that more than usual this year, Murphy. You know, in the past, we were one of those teams you better come ready for. Fairview might beat you. Now it's like, better be ready because whoever we're playing is probably going to bring their A game and try to beat us. We've got everybody's A game this year. I think we were circled on everybody's calendar. You know, we've made a little noise the last couple of years. So it's been big games. The loss to Page, I know, was really big for their program. Our loss to Cheatham County was because Cheatham County is really good this year. And, you know, with all our things that have happened, District 12 AA, if you're not full strength and fully prepared, you can get beat any Friday night.
Coach, you mentioned adversity earlier in the interview that you all faced in the early part of the season, and certainly nobody likes to lose a football game, but sometimes losses can help a team refocus.
You know, Murphy, you've been at some of those games with us when we face a Milan or we face somebody that's battle-tested and has been there, and we haven't been through those wars and faced that kind of adversity. The last 2 years we went in 9-1, and the loss we had was to Childs, which there's no shame in because of how good a program Coach O'Connor has. But this year, having losses on our record, I think it's going to enable us to really bear down and focus and not overlook anyone. You know, the seeding won't be as good, but we're going to be a tough out, and I think it will help us because now when we go into that game with Milan and it's a one-touchdown game, well, we've been in a few of those. We've been in a few battles. We've been on the other side, and nobody likes how that feels. So I do think that this group has grown, and they know we're not functioning as one unit out there. We're not going to be able to make it deep into the playoffs.
Chris, I like what you've done there in Fairview, and I certainly wish you and the Yellow Jackets best of luck throughout the rest of the regular season. And hopefully I'll get to see you guys again in the playoffs on the upside of the scoreboard, okay?
It's always a pleasure to talk to the Guru.
And we thank you, Coach, and we shall return with more of Murphy's Matchups after this timeout.
Hello, everyone. This is Murphy Fair, Tennessee's high school football guru, to tell you about the good people who are Star Physical Therapy. You know, I don't normally make endorsements unless I feel extremely strong about a company, but Star Physical Therapy fits that bill. Star's clinicians have the most up-to-date technology and training at their disposal. They truly care about their patients and want to get them back on the field or back on the job 100% as soon as possible. And with more than 60 convenient locations in 3 states, Star Physical Therapy is convenient to just about everyone in the volunteer state. Check them out at starpt.com. You'll be glad you did.
We're back to wrap it up on Murphy's Matchups, and here's the star of the show, Murphy Fair. Whoops! We forgot to remind you that you can go to ballfrog.com on the web to get live high school scores and updates. That's ballfrog.com. And here he comes now, the guru, Murphy Fair.
Thank you, Keith. In our final segment this week, we take a look at Division II games, as we always do. A lot of Division II teams taking the week off or playing outside the league this week, so we don't have a lot of games to predict here. We'll start in East Tennessee, where Knoxville Webb entertains Wesleyan, Georgia. Wesleyan replacing Riverside Christian, a team now playing in the 8-man league in Middle Tennessee. I think Webb picks up a win over a pretty good Wesleyan team out of Georgia. I'm picking Brentwood Academy over BGA. Franklin Road Academy should beat Eazell Harding, a great rivalry game there that goes back many years. I like Innsworth over MBA. Innsworth won 52-10 last year. I think that one much closer this time. Father Ryan should beat Pope John Paul II. Both teams desperately needing a win to build some momentum as we get ready for the playoffs in about 3 or 4 weeks. Davidson Academy should beat Zion Christian. Out west, Christian Brothers travels to Evangelical Christian School. ECS usually beating a Division II AA team each year. Could it be Christian Brothers this time? I don't think so. The Purple Wave pretty strong in 2012. I like Rossville Christian over Bishop Byrne. Tipton Rosemark should beat Middleton. And Floyd?
Yes, Murphy?
I like USJ over FACS.
Woo. When Barney was playing for Mayberry Union High School, the last home game of the season was always Fan Appreciation Night, where every single Mayberry supporter coming through the gate...
Yes, Floyd?
Woo, would receive a free blindfold.
Now, Floyd, the old deputy, was telling the guru Murphy Fair that when I told the Mayberry High School coach that I wanted to play quarterback, he said, "Okay, Fife, can you really pass a football?" So I said,
"Yes, Barney."
"Coach, if I can swallow a football, I'm pretty sure that I can pass a football."
Dumb thing to say to football coach Barney. Dumb thing. Stupid is as stupid does, Barney.
Nip it, nip it, nip it.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, indeedy. And that's going to do it for this week, fellas, for the guru, Murphy Fair, and Steve Armistead. Thanks for being with us on Murphy's Matchups, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll see you next week on Murphy's Matchups. Bye-bye.
Going to be intercepted by the Cougars.
Snap, set, kick off the way.
Yes, sir.
The kick is up,
and it is good.
Drop the throw.
But makes the catch. Spectacular grab.
Just streaking down the football field. Around half that 25-20.
Inside the 5.
That's a huge play.
He's going to go. Touchdown, Cougars!
Homecoming festivities been going on all day today here in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, and that's the environment that the Cougars find themselves walking into as they travel on the road to face the Rockets of Forrest High School. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside Rob Mathis, I am Jay Bruner, getting set to call the action for you once again as the Cougars looking to get off the schneid here in 2012 and get their first win of this season. Will be a difficult task here tonight as these Rockets, with a record of 3-3, celebrating their homecoming, so you figure the crowd has to be on their side, coming off of a rather shocking lopsided loss of their own against Eagleville last week, in which the Rockets only scored 7 points and their high-powered offense was held pretty much in check. So with that, we're going to get right into our absolute keys of the game. You know, if you live in Tennessee, you know the weather can be unpredictable. But in those times when your home or property have been damaged by wind, water, fire, or storms, there's one team you know will be there for you, and that's Absolute Restoration. Now, when you call them at 615-893-4343, or when you visit them online at absoluterestoration.com, Mike and Kyle, the head guys over there, will put over 50 years of restoration and construction experience to work for you and get your property, and more importantly, your life, back to normal. In an unpredictable world, it's good to have a team that you can count on, and that team is Absolute Restoration. So, Rob, our first key tonight is try to take away the crowd. You know, the Cougars have to weather the homecoming storm tonight and get in a few big plays, which they're certainly capable of. And if the crowd has nothing to cheer about tonight during homecoming, the Cougars can feed off of that momentum swing.
Absolutely. We lost an opportunity last week with a home crowd. We got to try to turn it around. We're used to playing on the road, so we don't have that excuse.
Second key for tonight's game as the teams finish up the coin toss at midfield is rediscover the short pass. If you'll recall, the last couple of weeks, Brent Hoffbauer, pretty much every time he dropped back to pass, it seemed like you'd go deep to Justin Wynn. And after a couple of bombs, the opponent would figure that out pretty quick and be able to defend it pretty easily. You got to get back to the short and intermediate passing game, the 5, the 10-yard passes. Let those develop into long plays for you without having to go deep.
Yeah, the key is really just to throwing the ball to the open guy. Sounds like a cliche, but that's what it is. And so, you know, Hoffbauer's got to make better decisions. And if it's the short passes, if it's the long pass, really doesn't matter. Just throw it to the open guy, not to the other team.
And last, downfield blocking. Last week's big plays by the Community Vikings were the result of excellent downfield blocking by wide receivers on special teams. And the Vikings big played the Cougars to death at Thornberry Stadium and came away with a shutout victory. Now the Cougars can take a page out of that playbook and get some big plays of their own with good downfield man-on-man, hat-on-hat blocking.
I agree. You know, last week, like we have a couple times this year, we faced some speed that was a little faster than us. Walking around on the field before the game started, the grass is extremely tall, and maybe that'll slow down the other team a little bit. I'm not sure what their team speed looks like, but we're pretty slow. We need all the help we can get.
Forrest last week, if that's anything to go by, primarily a rushing team. Brooks Lamb, the quarterback, taking over for the departed Dane Leonard. Had 3 picks last week. Did complete one long 33-yard pass for a touchdown to his wide receiver for their lone score of the game. But 175 yards on the ground, led by number 3 for Forrest, Brandon Beach, the senior running back. He had 67 yards on 16 carries.
You know, we ran the ball pretty well last week. I hope that we've got Zach Brandon's injured this week, but we've got opportunity with some young kids and with some younger players to run the ball, and I look forward to improving on that not only the rest of this season but for the years to come.
18 carries, 117 yards for Zach Brandon, who went out with an ankle injury last week, and that will keep him sidelined for tonight's contest. He is out. Trey Bautista, the only other Cougar on the injury report tonight, with a foot injury, and he is questionable. He is suited up, and we may see him on the field for a few plays, but expect him to be very limited in tonight's action.
Kyle Howard's back, and so hopefully at defensive end and also at offensive guard, he'll get to play most of the snaps.
Cougars in the all-white with the orange numerals, the white helmets with the Cougar paw in orange on either side. Getting set to receive this kickoff. No, getting set to kick away, excuse me. That's a good way to start the broadcast. I can't even tell who's kicking off. So freshman Thomas Goodwin about to tee the ball up for the Cougars and get this one underway.
Thomas Goodwin, deep to receive for the Rockets. Jacob Doty.
Looks like number 8 deep for Forrest.
Number 8 listed on our roster is Dante Baugh. Sophomore running back in this Forrest Rockets team, no surprise, has a stable of capable running backs and can burn you on the ground. Opening whistle is blown. Goodwin approaches the football, and we're underway from the rock in Chapel Hill. Will be picked up by an up back at the 23, looking for room, finding a hole, bursting through, breaking a couple of tackles, getting up across his own 45, where he's finally shoestring tackled by Trey Hickey. But the Rockets with excellent field position up near midfield to start their first drive of the night.
You know, if we're going to kick it short, we really got to cover better than that. We gave up a special teams touchdown last week. We got to do better on special teams.
Well, a bugaboo of this Cougar defense has been the ability to wrap up and not have to resort to the arm tackles that are easily broken. So, first down and 10 for the Forrest Rockets on their own 47. Quarterback Brooks Lamb in the shotgun. Quick out to the left, got his receiver over there, got some blockers. Going to get up near the midfield stripe where he's corralled by the Cougars. We'll get the number.
Austin Melton looks like.
Austin Melton and number 20 Griffin Harper combined to make the stop. Going to put the ball into Cougar territory at the 49. Brandon Anderson, the man who caught the lone touchdown pass for Forrest last week, gets the reception there to open this one. And it's second down and 6. Lamb with 2 receivers either way. Going to look to throw again, going out to his man, overshoots him, it's incomplete. It'll be third down and about 6, intended for number 4 on the play. That's Thaddeus Reyes.
So far, so good. You know, I think defense is prepared. We've got the tools. We just got to do it. Peyton did a good job of covering that guy in the flat.
And Peyton Buckner, the defensive star from last week's game. This on third down. Reyes goes in motion. Inside give to the fullback, breaking a tackle, but being tripped up before he can get to the Cougar 45-yard line. I believe that's Griffin Harper. It is, who got the tackle.
Hit first by Kyle Howard. Good to see him back.
Kyle Howard, the senior, coming back in, providing a big morale boost. And now it's fourth down in Cougar territory, and the Rockets will go for it. A big chance early for the Cougar defense.
Don't draw them off sides. Watch the count.
Lamb with the hard count. High snap, but he gets it down. Quick out to his receiver, and he's met by Justin Wynn. It's a turnover on downs as Justin Wynn corrals the receiver for little to no gain.
Well, that's a good start for the defense.
That is a great start. And it's first down Cougars now. The Rockets unable to pick up a first down on their opening drive. So we'll see what happens now with the Cougar offense. as Brent Hoffbauer leads them out. Tight bunch set to the far side. Tanner Green, the running back.
Oh, no.
Bobble snap, bad snap. Hoffbauer can't seem to get on it. He finally does, back at his own 35. Hoffbauer is able to get back on it, but it's going to be a big loss back to the 35, a loss of 10 for Hoffbauer, and unfortunately that's going to count against him in the rushing category, and now it's 2nd down and 20.
Hard to see from this angle. Looked like the ball may have been to Hoffbauer's right. Not sure what happened. Bad snap. Possibly Hoffbauer misplayed it. Not sure.
So a hole early for the Cougar offense. 2nd down and 20. 4 receivers to the far side in a diamond formation. Now Tanner Green motions across the formation. Hoffbauer, quick out. There's Oakley Starling. Makes one man miss. Makes another man miss. Pushing through up near the 45-yard line. Gets most of that first down loss back as he pushes it up to the 44-yard line is where they'll mark it. So a gain of 9 from the pass to from Hoffbauer to Starling.
The best part about that play was the yards after contact.
Absolutely. Broken tackles, which is not something we've seen a lot from these Cougar wideouts. So 3rd down and 11 now, much more manageable than a 3rd down and 20. Shift that diamond package to the near side now. Hoffbauer going to throw again, looking for a win first, and then going out for his receiver to Peyton Buckner, and it's picked off by Reyes. Reyes going to return it inside Cougar territory, and Hoffbauer's second pass of the game is picked off, and Forrest will have it 1st and 10 inside Cougar territory.
Well, it looked like Hoffbauer had his mind made up before the snap of the football who he was going to, and, just like in our keys to the game, you got to throw it to the open guy.
Justin Wynn, available on the short outlet pass, was Hoffbauer's first read as he looked to his left, but decided he had 2 men running down the seam deep and decided to chuck it up and go for broke. And it worked against the Cougars as we have our first turnover of the game. Lamb in the offense back in for Forrest. Quick slant out to the left, got his man. Inside the 30, inside the 25, where he's brought down by Austin Melton. Jacob Doherty with the catch and run. A big gain for Forrest at his 1st down and 10 at the Cougar 28-yard line.
Austin was trailing the receiver. Looked like he had a chance to put a hand on the ball, but he was slightly out of position. That's one of those plays that, could have been good for the defense, ended up being good for the offense.
Inside give, running back, got a lot of room, looking downfield, powers through a Cougar, gets inside the 15 where he runs right into the arms of 81 for MTCS is Luke Howell. Luke Howell with a tackle here inside the 15-yard line. Goes Forrest, another 1st down.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. The Luke is starting in place of Chaz Chaffin. Chaz Chaffin, son of Chad Chaffin, is actually qualifying for the 400-lap race at Nashville tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so he is he's in Nashville.
Smokestack I formation for Forrest here. 3 backs straight in a straight I formation. It's the standing tailback who gets the carry, and this is number 3, Forrest, plowing in for the touchdown, and that's Brandon Beach. Brandon Beach, the leading rusher from a week ago for Forrest, gives his team the lead early. 8:01 to go first quarter. It's 6-0 Rockets.
Well, we were overmatched, of course, with that formation. They had more people than we did on that side of the ball. We have to adjust to it, but we were just outmatched.
48-yard drive after the interception. Extra point is up and good by 84 for Forrest. That's Andrew Charles. So a quick punch in the mouth, Rob, and time for the Cougar offense to get back at it.
I agree. That interception hurt us in 2 ways. We just come off a good stand by our defense. They had to rush back out there, and so not only was it a turnover where we didn't get to score, but it allowed them a short field to score, and that's what's killed us all year. If it hadn't been for turnovers, I think we would have been in several more games. You just cannot expect to win a football game if you lose the turnover battle so bad.
Over the last 2 games, Brent Hoffbauer passing 18 of 42 for 175 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 interceptions. Add another one onto the stat sheet there for the senior signal caller. Defensive leaders over the last 2 games against Moore County and Community. Chris Collins with 8 tackles and 2 for loss. Braden Melton with 8 tackles, 1 for loss. Peyton Buckner has really come on the defensive side of the ball. 7 tackles, 4 for loss, 1 sack, and 1 interception. So kicking off for the Rockets, number 86, R.J. Terrien.
Who was the Forrest kicker from a couple years ago that was so good? The
Angel Reyes?
Yes. I'd forgotten about him.
Yep. His little brother Thaddeus, number 4, already made a couple of big plays for the Rockets tonight. Short angled kickoff. Going to angle towards the sidelines. Griffin Harper is going to pick it up at his own 19. Look to make something happen. Finds a little bit of room. Is going to be corralled outside the 25-yard line at the 27. So an 8-yard pickup for Griffin Harper on special teams, and the Cougars will start 1st and 10.
All right, we got to keep this game close. Not only do we need to try to get some points here, we need to keep the ball away from their offense. We've got to, do our best to play possession football.
Can't score if you don't have the ball. Absolutely true. Hoffbauer, empty backfield again, sticking with that diamond formation of receivers. Win single coverage to the near side. This is Tanner Green in motion. Fake the speed sweep. Hoffbauer rolling right, being pressured, looking to cut up. Going to do so. Going to be corralled for a loss, though, as he gets up to the 24-yard line. Going to be a loss of about 3.
Forrest is keeping 7 guys in the box. I don't know if somebody's got to be open somewhere. We've got too many receivers, and they're keeping 7 guys. They blitzed a guy there. They actually had 2 guys that pretty much came free. So there's got to be an open receiver somewhere.
This is Green now in the backfield with Hoffbauer, and it is he who will get the carry, powering right up the middle. Not much there, if anything, for the freshman Tanner Green.
Again, we brought the formation in a little closer, but if you just count the linebackers, they're still defending the run.
Give Tanner Green no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 for the Cougars. Rocket defense saw what Zach Brandon did last week against the Community Vikings. As now Green motions out. Starling and Melton switch places.
There's 3 on 4 on this side.
They get the diamond formation set to the near side. Now Green in motion again. Fake the speed sweep. Hoffbauer looking to throw. Got it out to his receiver this time. Going to be wrestled out of bounds around the 36-yard line.
He's right at it. He's about a yard short.
Peyton Buckner on the catch and run. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line. That is going to be very, very close to a 1st down. But the short pass turns into a 13-yard gain.
There again, we've got numbers. They're not lining up for those 4 receivers. They're only putting 3 guys out there. We've got numbers. We just got to execute.
And it will be 4th down. It'll be half yard to go for the Cougars. Hoffbauer looks like he's going to do a quick kick. And MTCS will take their first BVI group printing timeout and talk about it.
Not a bad timeout. I mean, even though we're deep in our territory, this might be a good opportunity to go for it on 4th down.
You know, when you need to upgrade your business with professional documents, take a timeout and call BVI Group Printing. Family owned and operated for over 5 years, Brian Melton at the team at BVI Printing will guide you through the setup and creation process and ensure you have top-notch products. Their list of services include direct mail, labels, and commercial printing such as brochures, catalogs, and forms. Call Brian at 615-308-6892 and lead your team over the competition with professional documents from BVI Group Printing.
Jay, you remember a couple years ago we were here and Forrest had on the crazy socks. I don't know if you remember that.
2009 was the last time we visited at the Ride. There were only a few players that did that.
Well, tonight evidently must be pink night because they've all got on pink shoelaces and pink shoes. And anyway, just caught my attention.
Well, it's October, Rob, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So good to see the high school football players getting into the support of breast cancer research. Quick shift. Braden Melton now the standing tailback for MTCS as Hoffbauer comes up under center. Hoffbauer going to try to power it forward, and he's going to pick up the 1st down easily.
Good call.
Something we haven't seen very much from the Cougars so far in 2012, power running. Hoffbauer right up with the sneak, going to push the ball all the way to the 39-yard line, and it's first down Cougars.
Well, yeah, that situation when there's so much that can go wrong with the shotgun snap, just get under center and see what you can get. We were close. That was a good call.
New set of downs. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Forrest has an early lead, 7-0. Two backs in the backfield now, Melton and Green for Hoffbauer, who's going to give to Green, using Melton as a blocker. Going to get up near the 40-yard line where he's stacked up by a wall of blue and white. Gain of 1 tough yard for Tanner Green up to the 40-yard line. Will be 2nd and 9.
Tanner's got to run a little bit more behind his pads. He was standing up, so he's not going to get much after contact. He's a fast guy. He's got to get down and, get a couple yards right there after contact.
Braden Melton coming out now in favor of Peyton Buckner, who looks to line up at wide receiver on this play. Hoffbauer with some miscommunication to the sidelines between him and Coach Stewart.
Maybe his batteries ran out of his headset, you think?
And MTCS has to take their second BVI group printing timeout of the first half with 5:08 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, no real excuse for that. Those timeouts may be precious later on. We got to make sure that we, have a plan for getting those plays in. But anyway, some kind of confusion. Better take a timeout than have a busted play.
Timeouts in the first half not as crucial
That's
as
true.
the timeouts in the second. Rob, Cougars are 2-2 against this Rockets team over the last 4 seasons. They won this game in 2008 and 2010, and of course both of those wins. And it seems like always the Cougars and the Rockets are playing thrilling games, crucial games. The 2008 game was the deciding match for who got the 4th and final playoff spot in the region. It was the last game of the season at Thornberry Stadium, and the Cougars won that. And then 2010, the double overtime game also at Thornberry Stadium.
Yeah, we've had some great games. Unfortunately, the home team has always won. So we're back here at the Rock, which maybe we can change that tradition.
Bunch of 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side, empty backfield. This is Tanner Green going to get the ball on the sweep now. Looking to go outside, gets a good gain, turns the corner. Tanner Green up the sidelines, going to be shoved out as he gets to midfield. We'll see where they mark it. It's a good gain for Tanner Green.
Tanner's fast. There's no doubt about it. If he can get some room on the edge, he's one of the fastest players we got.
17-yard gain for Tanner Green gives the Cougars a first down at the Rocket 44. Best play of the night so far for the Cougars. And it comes on the ground. 3-4 defense of the Rockets. Tanner Green up the middle, pushing through this time. Gets another couple of tough yards, close to the 40-yard line.
I'll take it. That's a opportunity for moving the chains. That's the recipe. 3 yards.
Mark the ball right at the 40-yard line, so a gain of 4 for Green, 2nd down and 6. Clock counting in the first quarter, 4:33. Cougars in a 7-0 hole here on homecoming night at the Rock in Chapel Hill. Hoffbauer at quarterback, standing tailback is Tanner Green, 2 receivers either way for this 2nd down play. Fake to Green, Hoffbauer rolling to his left. Quick out in the dirt at the feet of his intended receiver, Austin Melton.
Looked like a good play call. Lacked a little bit on execution right there, but not a bad call at all. Looked like that was wide open. That naked bootleg seemed to fool everybody.
Intended receiver on the play was Oakley Starling, not Austin Melton. So it brings up a 3rd down and 6 now from the Forrest Rocket 40-yard line. Cougars are 0 of their previous 2 attempts on 3rd down. They are 1 of 1 on 4th down. Diamond
big
receivers.
Time numbers on this side. Big time numbers.
Quick out to Justin Wynn with a lot of running room. Justin Wynn cuts it inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line.
That's enough.
Very close to a first down.
Depends on the spot, but I believe that's enough.
Forrest here is going to take a timeout, a quick timeout right after the play was over. The refs are signaling for a timeout. Forrest may give the refs time to measure on this one. Instead, they're going to go ahead and say it's a first down Cougars. So Justin Wynn picks up 6 yards and a first down.
Well, we've had numbers on this side all night long. That formation, for whatever reason, they've not adjusted to. It's been 3-on-4 the entire night.
Well, the Cougars have not shown that diamond formation at all in 2012.
Maybe they learned something from Community last week.
A nice little wrinkle thrown in by Coach Stewart.
That was something that Community did last week, I noticed. Well, at this point in the season, there's enough game film floating out there that you got to throw in some wrinkles.
Absolutely. We'll remind you that next week the Cougars return home to Throneberry Stadium to play their biggest rival in the state of Tennessee, the Eagleville Eagles. Eagles come to Throneberry Stadium. The last time the Eagles came calling to Murfreesboro, they left with a 14-0 defeat in 2010. And we'll hope that that story repeats itself in Murfreesboro. Green now in motion. Fake to him. Hoffbauer going to keep it himself.
Good
Pushes
call.
through a little hole down to the 30-yard line. A good gain on first down. Give Hoffbauer 4 yards to be 2nd and 6.
Jay, I like the creativity. Throwing some different things out there.
It's certainly been a mix of the pass and the run, pretty much even. Cougars methodically moving the ball down the field, taking time off the clock, keeping Brooks Lamb and this high-powered Rocket offense off the field. 3:35 in the first quarter. And the Rockets with a 7-0 lead, but the Cougars driving deep into Rocket territory. Hoffbauer with an empty backfield. The diamond formation on the far side. This is Green going to be faking the snap. Hoffbauer with room to run, but it's going to fire quick out to his receiver. A little too much mustard on it, and it falls incomplete.
He had it, and that was a good read. We put that guy in motion, but it was still 4-on-3. So by taking that guy in motion, we made it 3-on-3. We actually made it harder on ourselves, but still we were wide open. So with better execution, that would have been an easy first down.
And if you get that mismatch in coverage, Justin Wynn, they forced the defense to cover Justin Wynn one-on-one. And Wynn is a very capable athlete, plays 3 sports for the Cougars, and can make some plays. Same formation for the Cougars here on 3rd down and 6. Green once again in motion. Hoffbauer with the snap. Going to look to pass. Hoffbauer being pressured. Going to throw out towards his receiver, towards Peyton Buckner, but it's incomplete. Hoffbauer rushed and forced to throw before he wanted to. Nobody was open downfield. It's going to bring up 4th down. And this is another spot where you'll probably see the Cougars go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that play again, if execution had been better, it would have worked. I think the key to executing something like that is getting the ball out quick, whether it's just a screen to the guy in the back. Either way, just get the ball out quick, because the longer we hold it, the worse it's going to be.
So 4th down and 6 for the Cougars at the Rocket 30-yard line. Hoffbauer standing a little bit closer to the line. It looks like they may go for it here, as we assume. Tanner Green in motion. Across the middle for Wynn. It hits his hands and falls incomplete. So there you go on the one-on-one matchup. Back to Justin Wynn, the single receiver on the opposite side of that diamond formation. And he was open. Hoffbauer, again, throwing high.
Yeah, he was open. I mean, it really just comes down to execution. You can't say anything about the play call, and it's been great so far. Every play had, chance for first down, really.
So the Rockets will take over on downs. 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Brooks Lamb under center now. Straight eye.
Defense has got to step up right here.
Tailback is Richie Smith, and it is he who gets the carry. Big power back. Pushing through the line, getting a big gain. Looking for some room. Tripping over a Cougar, and as he gets across midfield to the Cougar 47-yard line. A huge gain for Richie Smith.
Well, they've, they're isolating the linebackers. We really got to flow to the ball a little quicker when we see that. But they've just got numbers on that side. So the weak side linebacker has got to get over there and help.
In this case, it's number 20, Griffin Harper. Inside give to the fullback. Kyle Howard stands him up and throws him back.
See, the difference there was no lead blocker.
Gain of 1 yard for the fullback there for Forrest. It's 2nd and 9. Kyle Howard seeing his first defensive action in a couple of games. Coming back from mild concussion-like symptoms. Brooks Lamb and the offense work with a 2nd down and 9 in Cougar territory. Lamb looking to go over the middle. Overshoots his receiver on the play, and that was number 9, Jacob Doherty. Over there were Luke Howell and Braden Melton.
Decent coverage. Made him think about it, and that delay was to our favor. He kind of hesitated there for a second, looking for that quick slant.
3rd down and 9 at the Cougar 46-yard line. Another 3rd down and long forced by the Cougar defense. Last time they were able to force a 4th down and then force a turnover on downs in this situation. Brooks Lamb gets the play from the sideline, brings his troops to the line. Going to be under center with an empty backfield. No, he's going to be in the shotgun. Excuse me. Lamb with an empty backfield, backs up into the shotgun. He may run here. Lamb looking downfield, being pressured, being sacked. Brooks Lamb is sacked on the play by Kyle Howard and Sam Mathis. And it's 4th down.
That's what we needed right there. We needed a good defensive stop to really get everybody fired up.
And again, Brooks Lamb looking downfield where nobody was open. Excellent coverage, and Justin Wynn will drift deep to receive this punt from Forrest. Doing the honors for the Rockets. Short, high kick. Cougars need to get away from it. It's going to be down at the 32-yard line. That was 89 Chris Haggard for Forrest punting. No return, but the Cougars will get decent field position out of it right at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, and they hold on defense.
Well, I'm glad they changed formation because when they had the fullback in there, we couldn't do anything. But as soon as they went away from that, we stopped them. Hopefully they won't go back to that, or we can adjust. I think we can adjust. We just have to line up different.
Brian Stewart taking on the defensive coordinator duties this year with the departure of Steve Williams. He's now
we got a new quarterback. Justin Wynn is in.
Justin Wynn, the quarterback. Quick out to Tanner Green. Tanner Green looking to turn the corner. He does. Powering ahead across the 40-yard line. It's going to be close to a 1st down for Tanner Green. Justin Wynn now taking snaps under center.
You know, that screen pass we've tried several times this year, it's open. No doubt about it.
It is. So gain of 9. It was a forward pass instead of a lateral, so it is goes under the passing stats for Justin Wynn. He's 1 for 1 for 9 yards, and it's 2nd down and 1. Justin Wynn, this is Nick Merritt, the runner now. Nick Merritt's going to be stacked up and dropped for a short loss back near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Forrest is still favoring the run. They're not giving any respect to our receivers.
No gain for Merritt. On the run, it's going to bring up 3rd down and short at the Cougar 41-yard line. Cougars are just one of their previous 4 3rd downs. Under a minute to go, 1st quarter. Cougars with a crucial 3rd down to keep this drive alive. Wynn takes the snap. Going to fake the run. Going to throw it out for his receiver, who brings it in. Oakley Starling up at the 48-yard line. It's a 1st down MTCS.
Good play. You know, that Forrest defended that well. They didn't fall for the naked bootleg that time, but Justin made a good pass. Oakland made a good catch. Made the fans mad anyway.
7-yard pass and catch, win to Starling. And it's 1st down. Running another few plays here in the 1st quarter. Straight ahead. Tanner Green lowers his shoulder, pushes through the line, and has to be dragged down as he gets into Rocket territory at the 41.
Unlike earlier, he got behind his pads and popped through and got an extra 10 yards out of that.
11-yard run for Tanner Green.
Braden Melton checks in for Merritt now.
Braden Melton, folks in Cougar country are expecting a lot out of this young man in the years to come.
He's got a lot of talent, no doubt.
Wynn gives to Green, looking to cut up again. Going to be dropped for little to no gain as the 1st quarter comes to a close. Your score from the Rock in Chapel Hill, the Rockets 7, the Cougars nothing. We'll be back after a short timeout. You're watching Cougar football on the TSSAA network. Second quarter about to get underway here from the Rock in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Let me get my microphone adjusted. There we go. Cougars with a 2nd down and 10 on the Rock at 41-yard line. Another good drive being put together by the offense. And just so you know, a new quarterback in for the Cougars. Nothing wrong with Brent Hoffbauer, but Justin Wynn taking the snaps. Tanner Green gets faked to him.
There we go.
Wynn throws to Braden Melton out of the backfield. Melton down to the 36, 37-yard line. Going to be a short gain on 2nd down. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. But Justin Wynn, 3 of 3 passing here, that time to Braden Melton.
You know, a 5-yard gain is not a short gain. You know, that's a good play.
3 for 3 for 21 yards for Justin Wynn, the sophomore coming in at quarterback on this drive. Again, nothing wrong with Brent Hoffbauer. Justin Wynn just getting a shot. Diamond formation of receivers, low snap. Justin Wynn fakes it. Going to go deep to his receiver, who's got it. He's going to be taken out of bounds just short of the goal line. What a pass by Justin Wynn. Great touch.
Did you see the fake?
I did.
That set that up. The corner and the safety especially bit on that fake.
Austin Melton, the recipient of the pass, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The Cougars 1 short yard away from tying this game.
Cougars have new life. This is good to see. You know, we'll see if they can put 4 quarters together.
35-yard pass and catch. Braden Melton into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. Melton with his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, good job, Braden. He's definitely the future at that position, and on defense. Looks like Thomas Goodwin's in to kick.
Thomas Goodwin is going to attempt the PAT to tie this game. Hoffbauer will hold. Hold is down. Kick is up, and Goodwin's kick bounces off the right upright. No good. So the score remains in Forrest's favor. It is 7-6 here at the Rock. But I tell you what, Rob, Justin Wynn has given the Cougars life here and led them on a nice long touchdown drive. Braden Melton finishing it off from 1 yard out.
Yeah, it's you know, there's two benefits. We got points on the board, and we kept it away from their offense, and that's really the key. That's the key to not getting blown out, but it's also the key to keeping it close and having a chance to win in the 4th quarter. Can't blame Thomas too much. He hasn't had much practice, unfortunately, this year kicking PATs. He's just a freshman, but watching him in practice, he's gotten so much better, and if he focuses on that, he's got a chance to be really good.
Goodwin, a soccer star for the Cougars in the junior high ranks. We'll see what he can do next spring as the Cougars open up the men's soccer season around the mid-March area. Thomas's dad, Lawrence, actually the men's soccer coach for the Cougars. And we'll be bringing you 1 or 2 soccer matches in the spring, along with maybe some basketball and some baseball for MTCS.
You better practice your long, drawn-out goal call, Jay.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm going to leave that one for Andres Contour.
Okay.
It'll be good to be calling some soccer. After years away from the program, I surely did enjoy playing on the pitch for MTCS. But first things first, we're still in the fall. It's football time, and it's 7-6 Rockets as the Cougars are kicking off.
Good kick.
At the 12-yard line, looking for room is the runner. He finds a lot. He's finally corralled by Austin Melton at the 38-yard line.
Well, we've got special team issues. I don't know. There seems to be some problems with some of our responsibilities and some of our lanes. We got to get that fixed.
Now, the cardinal rule of special teams, always stay in your lanes. But Austin Melton brings the runner down. And that was Jacob Doherty. He gives the Rockets a 1st down and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
They're back to the fullback.
Putting the fullback, Richie Smith, back in there. Sure gave them a lot to talk about on the first play of the last drive as they draw Nick Merritt offside.
Now, why is Nick playing? Let's see. Who's not in? Is it Franklin?
I don't see 74 out there. Looks like Franklin Roberts not out there.
I wonder if he's okay.
Scanning the Cougars sidelines, I can't tell from this distance if he is suited up. But nevertheless, Nick Merritt, the freshman, getting the start at defensive end. Pitch out to the runner. Cut back, cross midfield. Can they catch him? Yes, they can. Luke Howell makes a good defensive play from behind. Brandon Beach, the speedster for Forrest, gets inside Cougar territory, but Luke Howell, with a nice tackle from behind, keeps him from going the distance.
You know, unfortunately, our Achilles heel is just a lack of speed, and it showed there. Luke did a good job. Luke's filling in for Chaz.
The chase and tackle stuck with him in practice this week. Same formation for Forrest, going to stick with the fullback. It looks like they didn't take your advice, Rob.
Yeah.
As Beach gets another big run and gets a haymaker thrown in his face by a Cougar down there.
Yeah, that was Luke again. It's bad when your safety has made 2 tackles in a row.
Now Beach coming out.
We've got to learn to flow to that a little better because they've got numbers with that fullback. We've got to learn to, the weak side linebackers have got to get over there. Looks like we're lining up a little different.
Still a straight eye formation for Forrest and a single receiver out here to the near side. Stretch play to Smith. Smith bounces off one Cougar, bounces off a second Cougar, heading for the sideline, bounces off a third Cougar. Luke Howell has to make yet another tackle as Smith gets inside the 10 to the 8. First and goal for the Rockets.
Well, they made us look silly on that one, unfortunately. Had a chance to have him in the backfield, missed that tackle, and then he stiff-armed us to really break it and turned it into a big gain.
So the Rockets have found the formula that works against this Cougars defense. Just hand it to Richie Smith and hand it to Brandon Beach. There's that smokestack eye. Once again, 3 running backs in a straight eye. This is Beach getting the carry behind his line.
Good job.
Going to be stopped short of the goal line this time. Going to get inside the 5 where Justin Wynn brings him down.
Braden got through the line there and got a hand on him, slowed him down a little bit.
Braden Melton expected to be the next Devin Brunsvold is the quote that I've heard.
You know, who knows? He may be more of an offensive player before it's all over with.
Lamb gives to Beach again. Straight up the middle. Beach is going to walk in, standing up for a Rockets touchdown. And they extend the lead here in the second quarter. It's 13-6.
Well, we got exposed on that. Unfortunately, we have yet to stop that formation, or those 2 formations.
So the Rockets with nothing but run plays in that drive. As the extra point is up and good. Your score now, 9:11 to go in the first half. The Rockets 14 and the Cougars 6. This second quarter brought to you by Middle Tennessee Christian School. From pre-K through high school, MTCS ensures your child a quality education in a Christian environment. Go to mtcscougars.org to find out more. Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
Well, who knows, Jay? Maybe with the offensive spark, we can win a shootout.
It's quite possible. The Cougars know that they have some life on offense now.
Hey, once again, we'd like to.
And Wynn looks good throwing the football.
We miss her up here. Hope she gets along okay. Get well soon.
So the Cougars will receive this kickoff with Wynn and Griffin Harper deep.
Looks like Franklin's okay. He's on the sideline. He's got his helmet off, so maybe they were just spelling him a little bit because he is playing both ways.
So R.J. Terrian going to kick off for the Rockets. And the Cougars will try to put a nice long drive together once again. Get more points on the board. Waiting for the referee's whistle. There it is. Terrian high and short, ankling towards the sidelines, and the ball will go out of bounds. So the flags will be thrown
Peyton made a good decision on that. You know, from this distance, I wasn't sure. You never know how the ball's going to bounce, but it was wise to let it go out of bounds right there.
And that's one of the Cougars' special teams areas that really has hurt them in the last couple of seasons, Rob, is those short angled kicks, those squib kicks. Do I pick it up? Do I try to let it go out of bounds? It's a live ball either way.
It is. But, of course, we got the penalty when it goes out of bounds, and you get some extra yards off of that.
So the Cougars will like to take the ball at the 35-yard line to start this drive. Justin Wynn going to stay in at quarterback. Tanner Green is tailback. Two receivers either way. Wynn fakes it to his running back. Throwing out for his man. Overshoots Austin Melton. His first incompletion of the night.
Pass attempt for Melton, incomplete. Second down.
On the last drive, it was Wynn to Melton for 35 yards that set up the Cougars on the doorstep, and Braden Melton punched it in from 1 yard out. Brings up second down and 10. Wynn looks like he's got a little better touch on the ball throwing it than does Hoffbauer.
Yeah, Wynn's extremely athletic, so it shows.
4 receivers. This time he gives inside to Green, who goes plowing forward for a short gain. Up close to the 39-yard line. They'll mark it at the 38. So a gain of 3 yards for Tanner Green. It'll be third down and 7, excuse me.
Third down.
Be interesting to see how creative they get right here. This part of the field, third down and long.
2 of 6 on third down so far. 8:35 and counting first half. Cougars trail 14-6. Justin Wynn on third down. Rolling to his right, looking for his receiver. Got Peyton Buckner. Peyton Buckner retreats.
Go forward. Good job.
Gets across midfield and picks up the first down.
He scared me going backwards like that. Yeah. Get upfield, but he knew what he was doing.
15-yard gain, win to Peyton Buckner, and it's first down into Rocket territory.
How many third downs have we converted this year?
That would be, I'd have to go back.
Well, not many.
Not many is the answer. Wynn going again. Gift to Green, running left, looking for some blocking. Got a good one to the outside by Oakley Starling, but not a second one to protect him from the blitzing Forrest Rocket. And Tanner Green is brought down for no gain.
Just not really fast enough to hit that. Linebackers have too much time to follow the back over there and make a tackle.
Second week in a row, the Cougar running game getting done what they need to get done. Picking up those 3, 4, and 5-yard gains to give the passing attack a little bit shorter field to work for.
There's no doubt. And I look forward to the next couple of years. I think our line is good. Good throw.
Justin Wynn completes over the middle on the slant inside the 35.
Trey Hickey.
Trey Hickey with the reception.
Yeah, that was an excellent throw and catch. Good to see him moving the chains.
Absolutely.
The next couple of years, of course, we won't go away from the spread offense. I think ultimately it favors teams our size with our numbers and whatnot. But we're definitely going to be much improved on both lines, just in terms of age. Probably the same kids unless we get some more. But we got a lot of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that are playing the line, and so I look forward to being able to pound the ball if we need to.
Only 4 seniors on this year's Cougar team.
And Kyle is the only offensive lineman. Of course, Chris plays defensive line.
Well, somebody took a timeout. I'm thinking
it was
Forrest.
It was Forrest.
Forrest working with a new head coach this year. Joe Moose takes over for Kyle Stacy, who resigned his position at the end of last season after missing the playoffs with the Rockets. So we resume here in the second quarter, 7:23 to go. Cougars with a first down at the Rocket 39-yard line. Tanner Green on the little counter play, plows forward for a couple.
Tanner Green on the run for the Cougars. Logan Rain on the stop.
Now they're only going to give him 1 yard down to the 33, so one tough yard for Tanner Green. It's 2nd down and 9. And you see what the Cougars are doing here on offense, Rob. It's grinding it out, running the clock, keeping that offense off the field for Forrest.
Yeah, the key to those plays are to keep the defense honest so that you can throw the screen or do whatever. That's the whole key to this offensive set right here is you got to keep them honest with an occasional play like that.
Oakley Starling, the recipient of the quick out from Justin Wynn, takes the ball down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for MTCS.
Manageable.
Absolutely.
This is 2-down territory too.
Absolutely. 6:18 and counting, first half. Cougars driving, looking to put more points up on the board. They trail Forrest 14-6. Here on homecoming. Tanner Green in motion. Wynn going to look down the middle. Ahead his receiver, and he dropped it. Peyton Buckner in and out of the hands of the sophomore.
2 downs, we're all right. 2-down territory. If anything, it shows us that they're not going to stop us. We're stopping ourselves.
Cougar receivers been coming open pretty regularly tonight. Wynn has been able to find him. And it brings up 4th down. Quick snap here for the Cougars. Wynn fakes it. Got some room to run. Justin Wynn is going to pick up the first down. Justin Wynn picks up the first down inside the 25 down to the 22.
Good decision.
Pops up immediately. A 5-yard gain for Justin Wynn, and he keeps the drive alive.
Don't want to get him hurt, but Justin as a receiver is used to taking a little contact, so he looked right at home with that play.
Braden Melton and Tanner Green, the tailbacks, in the backfield with Wynn. Wynn gets the snap. Braden Melton straight ahead, finds a hole. Braden Melton down near the 15-yard line.
He may be the next Dylan Wade, not Devin Brunsville.
I'll take anybody from that 2018, Rob.
That's right.
Right at the 15-yard line, the ball is marked. 7-yard gain for Melton. It's 2nd down and 3.
If anything, we just looked much more relaxed and controlled on offense, not rushing anything, letting it happen. Really like the way they look right now.
2nd and short. Wynn going to fake to Green, being pressured, rolling out, eludes one man, eludes a second man. Looking downfield, it's caught. What a catch by the receiver, Austin Melton, at the 3-yard line. It's 1st and goal, MTCS, 12 yards.
Unfortunately, it looks like he's hurt, but that was a great play. It was obviously a busted play. And there's Megan, our former trainer, who's now the trainer for Forrest, over there taking a look at him.
An injury timeout here. Austin Melton looked like he got a helmet right in his shoulder as he brought that ball down.
Hopefully just knocked the breath out of him.
Now, Rob, you have 3 sophomores as your starting wide receiver and 1 junior. Oakley Starling, the veteran, in this receiving corps, and then you have Wynn, you have Evans, who's suspended for the rest of the year, and Melton, who gets up under his own power, favoring that right shoulder. But he made the catch, he hung on, and he stayed in bounds at the 3-yard line to give the Cougars a chance to bring this game back level.
Well, there's no reason to look ahead. We've got 4 games left in this season. We're playing well now, but you can't help but be excited about all the youth. The 8th graders play tomorrow night for the district championship at Cascade, so that we got a lot of great 8th graders moving up, and so we look really good for the next 2 or 3 years.
And the Cougars not short on receivers that can come in. You have Trey Hickey, you have Clay Mitchell. A nice deep roster at the receiver position as Wynn on a 1st and goal. Going to give to Green, who's going to be met in the backfield for a loss, back near the 6-yard line. Not a good play on 1st down, but the blocking up front not there on that play.
Well,
sorry.
No, that's okay. Out of that formation, the way they're lined up, they're still favoring the run. But you know what? You got to keep them honest. So I'll take it because that has opened up the short passing game.
Austin Melton back into the football game, replacing his younger brother, Braden. Second down now and goal at the 5. A 2-yard loss for Tanner Green. Now Wynn with a single back in the backfield. That is still Green. 3-by-1 wide receivers as Wynn sets them. Wynn going to roll to his left, looking for a pass play, and it's into the end zone where it's picked off.
Oh, no.
It's picked off in the end zone. Justin Wynn throws his first interception. He did force that ball.
He forced it.
And the Cougars come away empty-handed.
Well, I wouldn't say empty-handed. I tell you what, we kept the ball away from them. They've got the ball on their end of the field. We got only 3 minutes left in the halftime. I saw some good things there.
Definite highlights and things that the coaches will talk about in the locker room. We're only 3 minutes and 52 seconds away from the half here at the Rock in Chapel Hill. Forrest with the football and a 14-6 lead. In a straight eye backfield. Here's Beach again, cutting up the middle, finding some room, tripping. Beach with a lot of running room. They're not going to catch him. A hold downfield, and the flag is thrown as Beach is going to go all the way for a touchdown. But this one may be coming back.
Well, if it does come back, it'll be real lucky because we got beat every single way we could on that play. Yeah, it looks like it's coming back.
So the downfield blocking works against the Rockets there as one of the wide receivers called for a hold. A downfield hold, so 10 yards from the spot of the foul is still going to give the Rockets a first down on that play up near the 32-yard line.
The defense noticed the defensive line tried to cut the offensive line to kind of create a pile and slow down that runner. It didn't work. Trying something different because we haven't figured out a way to stop that formation, unfortunately. It really falls on the linebackers when they're set up like that.
So 10-yard penalty takes off the touchdown from the board, but Forrest still with a first down at their own 32 and 3:35 to go in the half. Still a lot of time for Brooks Lamb and the offense of Forrest.
I like this formation better.
Lamb in the shotgun now. Fake it inside to Richie Smith. This is Lamb going to run. Going to find some room. Nick Merritt going to try to corral him. Lamb going to push it out to the 42-yard line. Merritt finally rides him down there.
He got way too much on that. There's no way he should have gone that far. I think Nick may have been trying to strip the ball instead of just tackling him there. Maybe too many lopsided scores at the end of the game and trying to cause a turnover.
Richie Smith, the standing tailback, beside Lamb, is going to roll to his right. Got all day. Now being pressure, going to cut it up the field. Lots of room. Sam Mathis and Peyton Buckner crack Brooks Lamb at the midfield stripe, and he falls into Cougar territory. They're going to mark it at the 49.
Peyton did a good job. He stopped him in his tracks. A good open field tackle.
Only Peyton's first tackle credited to him tonight. He's got 1 sack, 1 interception, 7 tackles, and 4 for loss in his last 2 contests. So second down and short, ball in Cougar territory now. Still plenty of time for the Rockets on offense. High snap for Lamb, who's got the option set up, tries to cut it up. Going to be close to a first down as he's tackled by Griffin Harper.
Looks like it's going to be just a hair short.
3rd and short for Forrest here. Lamb going to be in the shotgun here with Richie Smith. Inside handoff maybe coming up to the big, powerful fullback.
Oh, that was a false start.
False start on the Rockets.
Very fortuitous.
Going to stop the clock. 2:09 to go first half. And the Rockets going to be backing up and making it a little bit tougher on themselves on this 3rd down play. Turn a 3rd down and 1 into a 3rd down and 6. Other games going on in the area tonight. A lot of teams from Rutherford County off tonight. The only 6A team in action is Oakland. They're at Ravenwood tonight. 4 other teams from District 9 Single A are in action. Moore County playing host to Cascade and Community hosting Huntland. That Moore County Cascade game could be for the district title. Brooks with a fake. Going to go deep for his receiver.
Good job. Oh, no.
Trey Hickey tried to go for the tip and missed, and Lamb completes it to his receiver, Doherty. Number 9 for Forrest all over the field tonight in the passing game and on the ground.
Well, you know, it was underthrown ball, and I saw, looking through the camera lens, I saw Trey in position, and I really thought he'd at least deflected that.
Hickey in the right position. Just unlucky there. Lamb hurrying him up here, looking to throw again. Pressured, got some room. Now coming up, finding an open receiver behind the defense. And a completion to Thaddeus Reyes.
Pass complete to Thaddeus Reyes.
Well, is it first and goal now?
Looks like it is. They're going to put the ball at the 8-yard line. It is first and goal. 1:40 to go in the first half. Forrest with a 14-6 lead and looking for more. Buckner made that tackle. But the Rockets...
We've really got to go into the locker room with some momentum here, and a stop right here would do it.
Beach being brought down by Braden Melton.
Good to see him adjust into that. That was a much better effort.
Melton getting his name onto the stat sheet on defense now, his first tackle of the night, as Beach pushes the ball to the 5-yard line. It's second and goal. 1:15 and counting. Smokestack eye formation for Forrest. This is Beach with a lot of room over the right side. He meets a Cougar and takes him into the end zone, drops the ball. A Cougar falls on it, but they're going to call it a touchdown. Beach scores his second touchdown of the night and pushes the Rocket lead to 20-6.
I believe that was Luke Howe who came in and made contact, and if so, he, made a good effort. A little bit high, but made a good effort. Good to see Luke playing well.
PAT up and good for Forrest. 1:03 to go in the first half. Your score is Rockets 21, the Cougars 6.
Well,
all to play for here. The Cougars can get something done with 1:03 to go as they will receive this kickoff and the kickoff to start the second half.
That's the silver lining, is that they left us some time on the clock. We got a chance to do something. I'm not sure what our 2-minute offense looks like, but at least we got enough time to work. And let's see, we've got 3 timeouts left. No, we don't. We should have just one, right?
Just one, yes. First 2 were taken early in the first quarter. Talking about what to do on a 4th down, and then again on a miscommunication from the sidelines to the huddle. But nevertheless, Wynn and Harper should be your return men on this. And they may not get a chance to, as the kickoffs from Forrest tonight have been going short and towards the sidelines and out of bounds. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our short halftime show with stats from the first half. A lot more for Cougar fans and Cougar players to like about this first half, even though they trail by 15 points.
Well, they trail by 15 points, but as far as our time of possession, it's been pretty. In fact, we may be leading the time of possession. We're just losing the turnover battle.
2 interceptions thrown tonight, one by Hoffbauer, one by Wynn. The one by Wynn in the end zone as the Cougars were looking to pull close and possibly pull even with the Rockets at 14, but it was not to be. The Rockets go on a long 80-yard drive, and now they are kicking off again. Short, high kick, going to fall to Buckner.
That's returnable.
Fall to Buckner at the 30. Short gain up to the 40 goes Peyton Buckner. A nice 10-yard return, so 60 yards and 58 seconds with which to work. Only one timeout. So we'll get a look at how the Cougar 2-minute offense works here at the Rock.
Ball will be at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, in the locker room, we got to work on being able to stop the I formation. But all in all, not a bad half.
3 receiver set. 2 backs in the backfield, Melton and Green, with Justin Wynn, who's going to give to Green. He's going to be taken down for a loss back at the 39-yard line.
Get up. Got to go.
Cougars look in no hurry as the clock counts 46 seconds.
Well, you don't want to risk a turnover, but it'd be really good if we could put some points on the board.
So 25 seconds to go, first half. Cougars looking like they're content to go to the locker room Braden Melton gets the ball, plows forward across the 40-yard line to the 41, give him a gain of 2, and that may be the last play of the first half. It's 3rd down and 9.
It will be.
So the Cougars and the Rockets will go to the locker room here on homecoming night in Chapel Hill. The Rockets enjoy a lead of 21-6, but we'll see what happens in the last 24 minutes. We'll step away for a quick break. Come back with our halftime show. You're watching Cougar football on the TSSAA network. Welcome into our halftime show here from the Rock in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, where the Cougars trail the Forrest Rockets by a score of 21-6. Stats from the first half include Brent Hoffbauer, 3 of 7 passing for 32 yards and Brent Hoffbauer, 3 of 7 passing for 32 yards and 1 interception. Justin Wynn came in at quarterback in the second quarter and had a nice time of it. 8 of 11 passing for 101 yards. He did have that one pick in the end zone. He also carried the ball once for 5 yards and picked up a first down. Austin Melton, the leading receiver for the Cougars tonight, 2 catches for 47 yards. Oakley Starling, 3 catches for 21. Peyton Buckner, 2 catches for 27. Trey Hickey, 1 for 13. Tanner Green, 1 for 9. Braden Melton, 1 for 5. A lot of people showing up on the stat sheet tonight, Rob. Braden Melton also adding in 3 carries for 10 yards and the lone Cougar score. Tanner Green, the leading rusher for the Cougars tonight, 10 carries, 34 yards. On defense, the leaders for MTCS, Austin Melton with 3. So does Justin Wynn. He has 3. Griffin Harper has 3. Luke Howell has 4 tackles here tonight. The defensive stud of the first half for MTCS. Kyle Howard and Sam Mathis each with a half a sack to their credit that they racked up in the first half. So those are your stats for the first half of action here tonight. We're going to update you on a score from around Middle Tennessee. The only AAA team from Rutherford County in action tonight is the Oakland Patriots, and they, at halftime, are up on the Ravenwood Raptors by a score of 14-0. We do have another huge game in District 9 going on in Lynchburg as the Moore County Raiders are taking on the Cascade Champions for what everyone assumes to be the district title between 2 teams who were not picked to finish even close to the top of the district when this season began.
What's the score?
I wish I could tell you. On ballfrog.com is your source to find out what your team scores are. Each team requires a reporter to report game scores in real time through your smartphone. And doesn't look like anyone from Moore County or Cascade is reporting that game on Ballfrog tonight. I would turn to our friends at WGNS Radio, but they only cover Rutherford County.
Gotcha.
So, Rob, something that you brought up to me before we went on the air tonight, the TSSAA has revealed their enrollment numbers for all schools with football in the state of Tennessee, and the districts, which I guess are required to be realigned every 4 years, and the next 4 years starts next season in 2013, and the teams the Cougars play look like they're going to be a lot different from those on the schedule this year.
It's possible. It's really hard to tell at this point. I think there will be at least a couple of changes, and it's really more than just football. It's more than just it's for all sports, and of course, football is a 6 classification sport, and it has probably the most significant, this has the most significant impact on football compared to the other sports. But the way it works is every 4 years you report your enrollment, and it's your enrollment from the beginning of the year. They publish all those results. We had to turn those in before the end of September. They have published those results now, and so they've got every school on TSSAA.org listed in order and based on their enrollment at the beginning of this year. And the formula is also listed on TSSAA.org. Basically, you divide the list up into thirds. And because during the regular season, based on our current districting, there are only 3 regular season classifications, A, AA, and AAA for Division I. Now that they've got those numbers posted, you can do a decent job of dividing that up and trying to guess where the break's going to be. Right now, private schools have the option. Actually, it's more than just private schools, which is kind of interesting. Talk about that in just a second. But all schools have opportunity to declare Division I or Division II. They have 2 weeks to do that. Once they do that, they will put all the numbers back in the pot and see exactly where the line is going to be drawn. Once they divide that initial list up into thirds, that will determine the regular season numbers, and then they'll go ahead and divide each one of those thirds up into sixths to determine the playoff numbers. As it stands right now, if you just look at the existing list, there is a very strong possibility that Cascade will be 3A, and that Community will be on the border between 2 and 3A. Also, it looks like we may actually be 2A. In Tennessee, we have the highest multiplication factor in the entire nation, a 1.8. So they take our enrollment for our current enrollment is 202 in high school, and so they'll take that number, multiply by 1.8, which gets us close to 400 as our actual number. And because of that, we may actually fall above the 1A break. We may actually be 2A. Of course, it won't change our regular season. We'll still be single A for regular season, but we may be 2A for playoffs. We were kind of joking about that with the other coaches because you can kind of pick your poison there. Do you want to play Gordonsville and South Pittsburgh in the playoffs, or would you rather play Friendship and Trousdale? It really doesn't matter. I don't think it really will make a huge difference for us. Now, there is some rumors that based on the way the numbers fall, they'll try to organize the districts evenly, that we may have to travel east. We may be in a completely different district, a district that's made up of more eastern teams than teams that are from our south. We've kind of developed rivalries with teams from Bedford County and here in Marshall County, and so we've been playing teams from our south and maybe southwest. There's a fair chance that after this all shakes out, we'll be in an eastern district, which means Friendship, Trousdale, Gordonsville. But it's way too early to tell. Really, probably the thing that probably looks most likely is that Cascade will be 3A, which is kind of unfortunate. We've got a chance in the next couple of years to really beat them. They're our only existing district team that we've not beat. So it's kind of bittersweet.
A lot of information put out there by Rob Mathis. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
It's fascinating, especially for those of us that, are affiliated with the program over a long period of time. It's one thing if you're involved in the program for 4 years, but if you're like me and been involved for 10 years plus and got several years to go, it's interesting to see how those develop. When I started teaching, I coached golf. We were Division II then, and so we had to play in our golf schedule the likes of Brentwood Academy and BGA and Father Ryan and MBA and the like, and so we weren't very competitive, at least in golf. Now in other sports, we were very competitive. So and so we decided in my tenure there as golf coach to go Division I, and so then we were with Forrest and Eagleville and Cascade, and then we were very competitive. Of course, that's just one sport. You have to take each sport case by case. And, of course, football gets the most attention. And I think wherever we end up, we have a good chance to be competitive, at least for the near future.
So definitely a lot to look forward to as the months roll down in 2012 and into 2013.
Here is
more coming. All right, go
ahead.
I
was going to say, one thing that I alluded to, so I guess I need to finish. There is no restriction for a for a public school to go Division II. We were kind of joking about that. Say, for example, you've got a small school that's in a county that does not have open zoning, and so they're kind of limited. They could choose, if they wanted to go Division II, which would allow them to have kids play even outside their zone, which, has never happened before. But we were kind of joking about that. Most people think that Division I, Division II is public and private. Not necessarily. It really has more to do with zoning and scholarships.
So as we wait for the teams to warm up here at the Rock, I'm going to remind you that this upcoming third quarter is to be brought to you by thisiscougarfootball.com. After our broadcast ends, you can still keep up with the Cougars. Read our game previews and reviews, see our stats, news, updates, and more, all from our comprehensive website. Now, thisiscougarfootball.com provides you with everything you need to be a Cougar fan. So log on today and get into the action.
Here's some trivia for you. Who is the largest, by enrollment, the largest high school in the state? Have any idea? Oh, don't cheat.
Oh, well, see, the largest high school in the state.
Yeah.
It'd have to be somebody out of Memphis. I'm going to say Milan.
Nope. Blackman High School, Rutherford County, believe it or not. Believe it or not. I graduated from Oakland High School. We had 2,500 students. Blackman's currently at like 2,300 and something.
2,381 as listed on TWSAA.org.
I thought that was interesting. I didn't realize they had grown that big. And, you know, obviously several Rutherford County schools are in the top 10,
Sure.
top 15, but did not realize that Blackman was the biggest high school in the state.
Well, and that can be attributed to I mean, not so much recruiting, but players seeing who the head coach is and wanting to go play for them.
Well, you know that happens.
And when you have a head coach like Philip Shedowens.
We were joking about that, too. Take Alcoa, for instance. We were talking about Cascade being 3A, and so who would they potentially have to deal with, and they would be on the small side. And so imagine having to play Alcoa in the 3A playoffs. We were kind of joking about that because that's so tough. Well, Alcoa is in a open zoning county. They're in Blount County, Tennessee. They've got Heritage High School, which is a 6A program, and then you've got Maryville, which is 5 or 6A. I'm not sure exactly what they
6A.
Are they 6A? Well, anyway, because of open zoning, you know, all the athletes that should probably go to Heritage go to Alcoa. And, you know, that's how they've been able to maintain such a good program. And so, you know, it goes on. I mean, people go where they think they can be successful, and it's hard to blame them.
Something we're lacking here tonight, Rob, is a nice little laminated card with the names of the officials on it, something we had not seen at any point in our tenure of doing this for Cougar football, but a nice little laminated card last week against Community provided by the TSSAA officials with their names on there. Probably best that we didn't let that leak out to the stands.
Yeah, you know, I think that had to do with the officials wanting to make sure we knew they weren't replacement officials. So that was that was following the NFL controversy.
So right before we get ready to get this second half underway from Chapel Hill, Rob, do you have an update on the Cardinals-Braves game?
I don't.
Well, let me get right to that.
Braves were leading last I heard. 2-0.
Let's see. It is a final. The Cardinals defeat the Braves 6-3.
Oh, man. Come from behind.
So the Cardinals clinch the wild card spot in the upcoming MLB playoffs. Forrest will line up to kick away to MTCS to start this second half. MTCS looking to go right back to work. A nice mix of the run and pass in the first two quarters.
Yeah, you know, really showed a lot of creativity on offense, and it showed up in your stats. A lot of people touched the ball. Really did some good things. The only thing that really stopped us was ourselves. We had some execution issues. Got to do a better job on defense in the second half. And the turnovers. Got to eliminate the turnovers.
So Ravenwood has gotten a safety on Oakland. It's now 14-2 at the half.
And Ravenwood, I believe, is winless this year. I'm not sure about that, but
Oakland's struggling a bit too.
Yeah.
In 2012. Whistle blows. Another high short kick, angling towards the sideline. Buckner fields at his own 29, looking for some blockers. Finds a little bit of room up across the 35 to the 38-yard line, and MTCS will start with it. First down and 10 right there.
Set the tone right here. This is our chance.
37-yard line.
So Justin Wynn in at quarterback, fakes it to Green, rolling to his left or rolling to his right.
Good decision.
He's got Melton across midfield, and he's cracked out of bounds. Helmet-to-helmet contact there, but Melton with a good gain, a first down into Rocket territory at the 49, a pickup of 12.
You know, good job by Melton. He popped right back up, but he's got to be a little more aggressive and get low or just get out of bounds right there. We can't afford to take those hits.
First down, 10.
Those short little crossing routes have been open for the Cougars for the majority of the evening.
That's what this offense is designed for. It really is.
3-by-1 wide receivers. Green, the standing tailback. Green takes the dump pass from
good job.
Wynn has got a chance to get to the corner. Lowers his head and powers forward. Another first down inside the 40-yard line. Goes Tanner Green.
How many times this year have we missed on those screen passes? But, again, very effective, extremely effective.
And that time the pass was a backwards pass, so that will actually go down as a run for Tanner Green right at 10 yards. And he picks up another Cougar first down. 2 plays, 2 first downs for MTCS. A good start to the drive. Justin Wynn, this time Green inside, finds a little room. 1 or 2 before he's stacked up.
Keep him honest. That's all that is. Keep him honest. You might get lucky and break one, but you just got to keep them honest. Keep those backers from leaking out.
1 tough yard for Tanner Green. Already his 12th carry of the evening. Second down and 9 for the Cougars. Ball resting on the far hash on the Rockets' 38-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, Nick Merritt and Tanner Green, with the quarterback, Justin Wynn. 3 receiver set. This is Peyton Buckner in motion. Fake it. Wynn finding Buckner. Cuts inside the 40, down near the 35-yard line. They'll mark it at the 36. Short gain of 2 on the pass play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Good idea.
Excuse me, 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 8.
Decent execution. Just well played by the defense.
So MTCS will have their first try at a 3rd down opportunity in the second half. Their 9th overall. They are 3 of their previous 8. Nick Merritt sprints off the field.
Yeah, swapping receivers for running back, which is probably appropriate for this down and distance.
Empty backfield for Justin Wynn. The bunch diamond formation on the far side of the field. Justin Wynn looking, throwing across the middle. Incomplete. Miscommunication between him and Oakley Starling, who was his intended receiver.
Well, you know, Justin had numbers. I mean, it's 4 on 2, basically. It's 4 on 2 on the other side. I think he had in his mind that he wanted to go, and possibly it was a play call. But he was looking for Oakley all the way.
Yeah, he rolls away from the formation, the diamond formation, to the side of the field where Oakley Starling is all alone, hoping to be single covered. But the safety came over and helped. And now it's 4th down for Justin Wynn, and they will go for it. 2 of their previous 3 on 4th down as Wynn rolls to his left. And the pass incomplete and nearly intercepted, intended over there for Melton.
No, that was Trey Hickey.
Trey Hickey, excuse me. Incomplete, and the Cougars turn it over on downs.
Had he caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Bounced off his shoulder pads. That was a catchable ball.
Hit him right in the hands and slipped through. So a turnover on downs, and the Rockets take over at their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10, for their first possession of the second half.
All right, defense, what kind of adjustments you make at halftime? Let's see.
Trailing 21-6, the Cougars in a defensive mode. Lamb in the pistol formation with a wingback. Fake to Richie Smith. Lamb up the middle with some room. Lamb to the outside. Lamb at the 50. Cutting it back 45-40. Brooks Lamb at the 35 at the 30. Heading for pay dirt. Cutting it back inside. Brooks Lamb's going to score. 10-5 touchdown Forrest. 1 play.
There's a flag. There's a flag.
A flag on the far sideline right about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I believe that last block was a block in the back. That very last block, I believe, was a block in the back.
So the Rockets, another touchdown taken off the board by a penalty. Joe Moose can't be happy with his team's execution on those long plays.
You know, I'm not sure who was there to make that tackle, who that was, but they looked like they were in position to make a stop, and all of a sudden they got blocked. And so I agree with the officials on that one. For what little I could see through the viewfinder, it looked like a pretty easy call.
36 yards when it's all said and done for Brooks Lamb, and the ball rests at the Cougar 28-yard line. 1st and 10 Forrest.
Now, the defense has got to step it up. That's just, you know, that's two touchdowns have been called back because of offensive penalties. They've got to step it up right here.
Richie Smith, the tailback. It is he who will get the carry with room to run. Richie Smith heading for goal. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, breaks 3 tackles. Finally down inside the 5 at the 2. Trey Hickey, the one to shoestring him and bring him down. Richie Smith, what a load inside.
Yeah, but still, we're grabbing them up around the shoulder pads. If you watch, every single defender is grabbing them up around the helmet and the shoulder pads. Nobody's going below the waist, and that guy's just too big to do that.
So Rockets in position to extend the lead yet again. Just under 3 minutes gone in the second half. It's 21-6, and the Rockets are looking for more. There's the smokestack eye. Beach in the very back. Smith in the middle. This is Brooks Lamb. Counter play. This time the Cougars stuff him. Did he push forward with the second effort? No signal yet. Beach close to the goal line. No chance to tell who got that tackle down at the bottom of the pile, but they're going to say he is short of the goal line by mere inches. A half yard to the goal line for Forrest.
Yeah, I don't think there's any secret what's going to happen here. This is where the defense has just got to get really low and get a push. They got to be the first ones off the ball.
Lamb
Not
to
bad.
his left.
I think they got it
Stacks
anyway.
Up. Second effort, Brooks Lamb gets in for the touchdown. Austin Melton had him stacked up at the line, looking to push him back. Did not get any help, though, and Lamb simply pushes himself over the goal line, and the Rockets extend the lead. It's 27-6 with a PAT upcoming.
Yeah, from that distance, you had a feeling they were going to get it in, but really did not play that too bad at all. That was not a bad job of the defense, just, got ourselves in a hole.
PAT up and good. And the score, 8:06 to go in the third quarter. Rockets 28, Cougars 6. So many things going right for the Cougars on offense tonight, Rob, and it's just those one or two things that are coming back to bite them at the ends of these drives.
Well, I don't blame that one on the offense. That was the defense. The defense gave that one up. We've had a couple of turnovers that you can blame on the offense, but that was not the offense's fault. You're going to have, turnover on downs. That's going to happen, especially with, our young receivers and whatnot. The defense has got to step up and do their part, and they've not done that. Well, they started out okay. We've had moments. And Forrest is good, not to take anything away from them.
No, not at all. And they've rallied around their new head coach, Joe Moose.
Who is a former MTCS student.
All about the trivia tonight. Rob Mathis.
Yeah, he did not graduate from MTCS. He graduated from Oakland. He was Riverdale. I believe he was a Mr. Football candidate from Riverdale, but went to MTCS for at least 2 years of high school. I'm pretty sure that's right. Somebody will have to check me. He would have been circa 2000.
That would have been during my tenure at the Christian school.
Let's
had to look
see.
at my yearbooks.
Yeah.
Buckner from the 32. Shoved out of bounds just across the 35. Not much doing there for Peyton Buckner on the return. Nevertheless, pretty good field position.
He's friends with Mitchell Lovelace, so what year would that have been?
Okay, that was about 3 years before.
Okay.
No, 3 years ahead of me, so.
Ball at the 36-yard line.
So 4-yard return for Buckner on the kickoff. And here we go. First down and 10 from the 36 for Justin Wynn and the Cougar offense. Close formation now, 3 receivers to the near side. Tanner Green, the tailback. Justin Wynn going to fake it to him. Justin Wynn a little tentative as he approached the line on that designed quarterback run. Be a short gain.
Yeah, a little tentative because there was nothing there. All he saw was blue.
Only Wynn's second carry of the night gains him 1 yard. It's second down and 9. Third quarter clock running pretty quick, under 7.5 minutes to go. 28-6, the Rockets lead. Cougars driving now. Fake it to Merritt. Justin Wynn running out, going to find a little bit of a hole. Justin Wynn going to be crashing. He fumbles the football at the 44. Looks like the Rockets may have fallen on it. Down at the bottom of the pile.
No, I think we got it back.
No signal yet. Discussion by the referees.
Yeah, I think we got it back, but
It's going to be third down.
Still, that you got to be able to cover that ball up when you get in traffic. You got to put two hands on the ball.
Well, turns into a 7-yard gain for Wynn, and third down and 2.
Except for the near turnover, not a bad play.
Manageable third down try here. Wynn takes a snap, rolls to his left, being pressured right off the bat.
Good
this
job.
time gets it complete across into Rocket territory. That's
Hickey.
Trey Hickey this time, making sure he's got that ball and got the first down.
I tell you, Trey, he's a freshman. We got a lot of freshmen on the field. Not really known for his speed, but he can catch anything. We know, we had that one drop earlier, but in 8th grade, well, even before, even in 6th and 7th grade, really had some tremendous hands. He can catch anything. He'll be a good player.
That's Hickey's second catch of the night. That's 2 for 22 yards now for the freshman. Justin Wynn, empty backfield now on first down. Whistles.
Timeout Forrest.
Timeout Forrest. 6:22 to go, third quarter.
Well, the silver lining is the offense has moved the ball. No doubt about it. I'm excited about that for the remaining games.
And assuming that the Cougars can pull off the upset here tonight, and going forward, a lot of winnable games for the rest of this year.
Oh, yeah. We had a really tough start to the year, and, Forrest is a good team. Eagleville is obviously an extremely good team, and we have yet to face them, but the most winnable games were in the second half of the season. We've got Huntland coming up, Mount Juliet Christian. I'm not sure, but I think both of them are winless. I'm not sure.
That would be, I believe, correct, yes.
Yeah, and so, of course, the Mount Juliet Christian game is homecoming and senior night, and so, yeah, and the crazy thing about it is 3 wins could actually get us into the playoffs. Not very likely because of the teams we've played non-district. By the way,
actually, Huntland is 1-5.
Okay.
I think Huntland actually beat Mount Juliet Christian. I think
Mount
Juliet Christian
maybe that's what I was thinking.
Making the rounds in District 9. I know they've already played community.
Well, that's interesting that you mentioned that. We'll talk about that again after this play about our non-district schedule.
Braden Melton in the backfield now with Green and Wynn. This is Green who gets the carry, coming left, turns the corner, 45, stacked up at the 42-yard line, and shoved out of bounds. A good gain for Tanner Green on first down. Call it 5.
Our non-district schedule are usually 2-year. Well, they are 2-year contracts, and so now it's time for the first chance for Coach Stewart to be responsible for that. Rumors are Cannon County is going to be on the schedule. Mount Juliet Christian and Zion Christian. And beyond that, it really depends on how many teams end up in our district.
Zion Christian, the very first opponent for Cougar football. Wynn.
Get rid of it, Justin. You got to throw that away.
Wynn with all sorts of pressure is going to be sacked back at his own 48-yard line. A huge loss on the play. Call it a loss of 9. It's going to be third down and 14 now for MTCS.
Well, he showed his athleticism. He got away from the first couple of defenders. That's where you got to throw it away. Throw it, and I'm not sure exactly how far he was out of the pocket, but just throw it toward the sidelines.
Cougars 40% on third down conversions in this game so far as we go under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Third down and long now facing the visitors as they go with that diamond bunch package. Tanner Green, the man in motion. Justin Wynn looking to go to Starling early. Instead goes to Buckner over the middle. Good gain on third down. Not going to pick up the first, but he's going to be inside the 40 at the 39. Gain of 13 on the play. It's going to be fourth down and about 2.
That was probably Justin's third receiver that he looked at, which is, he's looking for the open guy. That's what we got to have.
Win tonight with only 5 incompletions on 17 tries. And one of those, of course, was the pick in the end zone. But fourth down, and a big one for MTCS. They're 5th on fourth down of the night. Nice formation change here as Wynn goes up under center, trying to draw the Rockets offside, but the Rockets not fooled. And Coach Stewart has to call a timeout, his first BVI group printing timeout of the second half. 4:29 to go, third quarter.
Had to try it.
So the Cougars will talk it over. Brian Stewart, the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the defensive coordinator for MTCS. And the head baseball coach as of a few months ago.
And the assistant athletic director.
Many hats.
Yeah. Back to the topic of non-district games, if we end up with a fourth non-district game, or depending on how the districts realign, the first person on the list would be Kings Academy out of Seymour, Tennessee, and East Tennessee to give us another East Tennessee trip. They've been on the schedule before. We've had a home-and-home with them. The nice thing about them is they're about our size, and they'd be willing to travel. Cosby, we didn't have that luxury. We had to make two home trips, or 2 trips to their home, 2 away trips. And so Kings Academy would split with us.
And Kings Academy, I believe, the longest road trip that the Cougars have ever made in their short history.
Oh, no. Cosby is further. And Rossville Academy in West Tennessee is further.
Wynn rolls out on 4th down. Going to take himself and picks up the first down as he gets to the 35-yard line.
Good decision.
This time going to ground to sort of take away the opportunity for Forrest to hit him. But Wynn, with a 4-yard run, picks up the first down.
You know, good decision. Absolutely. You know, Justin, he played at Siegel Middle. He played quarterback, and so he came to us with quarterback experience, and it's showing.
The Cougars have looked for a vocal leader all season. Justin in at quarterback. Does this give the Cougars that vocal leader in the huddle and at practice and on the sidelines? Tanner Green, good block around the corner. Tanner Green inside the 25, down near the 20. What a run by Green.
Good job. Excellent. Finished well. Showed the speed on the outside. Good block. I liked it.
16-yard run by Tanner Green puts the ball right at the 20-yard line. The Cougars are in the orange zone. Green reeled off some nice ones here tonight. 17 yards, 11 yards, 10 yards, and that one for 16. Wynn rolling to his right, got some protection, looking, going to fire after his receiver. Peyton Buckner inside the 10.
Oh.
And they're going to call it incomplete. Buckner could not come to the ground with it. Ball pops free.
We need a replay on that. I think the ground caused that, but anyway.
A nice hit by Richie Smith out there in the flat. Knocked the ball free. They call it incomplete. It's second down.
We're moving the ball. You know, it's got to be you're talking about the vocal leader. You know, even without leadership, I think I see some motivation on offense from all the players. They know they can move the ball. It gives them confidence.
A reverse to Buckner.
Buckner,
the southpaw. Oakley Starling well covered in the end zone.
Yeah, that was
incomplete.
a bad decision. He was double covered. The safety was not tricked at all. The safety should have been covering the first pitch. Instead, he was, you know, covering the receiver. I think they had probably seen that on film.
With Wynn already having a couple of opportunities to throw the ball on that reverse play earlier in the season, they'll try Peyton Buckner, who was the backup last year.
Unfortunately, that makes it a third down. Of course, this is 4-down territory.
MTCS going to take their second timeout, BVI group printing timeout of the second half. Assuming they can get back into this ball game, that may cost them in the latter stages of this half.
Yeah, you don't blame them for taking advantage of this opportunity. You know, we got to get the points on the board, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. Back to the Kings Academy comment. Kings Academy is right outside of Knoxville. It's in Seymour, and so it's probably 45 minutes to an hour shorter than Cosby. Cosby is all the way over in Cott County, you know, way on the other side of even Gatlinburg.
Almost to the North Carolina line.
That's right. And but Kings Academy is not a bad trip. You could make it from Murfreesboro easily in 3 hours. It's not a bad trip. Kings Academy was originally our choice when Coach Peden made out the schedule that sent us to sent us out west, or excuse me, sent us east. The problem was that Kings Academy had a couple of bad years, and we had a couple of really good years. It made the playoffs 3 years in a row, and they just refused to play us. And so our backup plan was somebody from their district, which was Cosby.
Third down and 10 for the Cougars at the Rocket 20-yard line. Justin Wynn in at quarterback since early in the second quarter. This is he who will look to throw. Over the middle, Austin Melton, incomplete. Had a good look, could not haul it in.
Yeah, a little indecision on Justin's part. Gotta make a better effort on third down and long. Little bit of indecision.
60% on fourth down tries. 3 of 5 are the Cougars, and this will be attempt number 6.
Well, if we get this first down, it's going to be probably because somebody makes a good play. I mean, there's going to have to be some individual effort here.
And now Justin Wynn in a miscommunication, and MTCS has to burn their last BVI group printing timeout.
Oh, no. That's inexperience. Definitely in a position hadn't been in before, new quarterback, and just a little bit of confusion. Make excuses for him, but those are the kind of things we got to clean up in the years to come, and I think we will.
Has Wynn made enough of an impression here tonight to take over the starting quarterback role?
Oh, well, I mean, that's up to the coaches, but he's played very well. I have no complaints as an observer. I think he's done well. Had that one turnover. Definitely he's got some talent. So I don't know. He's played well. I don't think I would make the change.
12 of 19 in his run at quarterback here tonight.
The biggest thing, and you can kind of talk about the what-ifs, I guess, but the biggest thing about Justin is he's a good defensive player and he's a good receiver. And so, you kind of pick your poison by putting him at quarterback. But we've seen that we've got some other guys who can catch the ball. And for that matter, we've got some, decent defensive players. So, maybe that's his role the rest of the year. I don't know.
12 of 19 for 137 yards through the air. This is fourth down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Get it inside the 10. You give yourself a first and goal. Keep the drive alive.
Individual effort right here. Somebody's going to have to make a play.
Wynn looking, pressured, throwing downfield in the direction of Austin Melton, but in the dirt. And that ends the Cougar drive. Rockets will take over on downs at their own 30-yard line.
Well,
20-yard line, excuse me.
Forrest just had more effort on that play. There's no doubt about it. We didn't protect for Justin at all, and then the receivers didn't get open.
8 of 11 in the first half for Justin Wynn. Thus far in the second half, only 4 for 9. So adjustments at halftime for the Rockets, shutting down the passing lanes for Justin Wynn and his receivers.
But we've done better with the running game, so you just got to take what they give you.
Richie Smith outside with some room. Richie Smith, a huge face mask in the face of Griffin Harper.
Well, there again, we're trying to grab him around the neck. We got to hit him at the knee pads.
Harper able to bring down the bruiser, but not without a huge forearm shiver right in the face.
Well, it makes you look silly. We're no doubt about it. We're outsized and outmatched, but if you take somebody out at the ankles, they're going to go down.
Lamb, a high pass, but it's brought down by his receiver. Breaks one tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and then Sam Mathis cleans him up near the 45-yard line. Another first down for the Rockets, and again, the offense, 2 plays, 2 first downs.
Oakley got up limping. He made the initial contact, and for whatever reason, got up limping. Hopefully he's okay.
2:42, clock counts in the third quarter. Forrest with a 28-6 lead, looking for more. This is Smith around the left side, just
better.
And a better tackle there as he gets into Cougar territory to the 43-yard line. Harper again with the tackle.
Yeah, he learned his lesson, although he still kind of took took the blow, as a defensive player, you've got to initiate the contact. And so Griffin was in a much better position. He was lower, but he still kind of took the contact on instead of giving it.
Beach now the tailback, but Lamb will throw. Looking out to the right, now looking downfield, now looking like he might run, drawing in the defense.
Incomplete.
But he throws incomplete. Intended on the play for Beach out of the backfield. So 2nd down and 10 as the Cougar secondary doing a good job of covering up the receivers.
Yeah, the Forrest passing game has been insignificant tonight. Everything that they've gotten, they've run between the tackles or just off tackle.
And that's been their MO for the 2012 season. Lamb now with a 2nd down at the Cougar 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Got some room up the middle, now being pressured. Across the middle, got his man, and he slips down at the 5-yard line.
I jinxed us. Shouldn't have said that the passing game was insignificant.
Doherty burns the Cougars deep with a quick slant over the middle. A nice pass by Lamb gets the ball to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal Rockets. 2 minutes exactly to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Luke's not got a lot of experience. The safety was out of position right there.
Howell doing an admirable job, though. 4 tackles to
especially
his credit.
Against the run game. Just a little out of position.
The smokestack eye. Smith straight ahead, and it's a touchdown Rockets. Just too easy.
Yeah, no answer for that, which is, hate to make excuses, but we just don't have any answer for that.
34-6 now your score with the PAT try. Upcoming here by Andrew Charles.
Not got an answer for that.
Eagleville able to hold this Forrest offense to only 7 points last week.
He missed it.
This time the extra point is no good. So the score will remain 34-6. Somebody went and put up the extra point on the board before the point had been made. So your score is 34-6.
Eagleville's got a good team. Here's a interesting side note. Central Magnet is listed in the TSSAA enrollment figures as 600 and something, 606. Eagleville and Central Magnet have combined football teams, but yet Eagleville is 1A. So I think probably our biggest complaint in our district right now is that, and not only do the Central players, are they playing there, but now busing has been created. So now they have busing after school, which in my opinion their enrollment should include that. But I'm not sure what the outcome of that's going to be, but that's an issue that us as their direct competition they're probably going to have to deal with. But Eagleville's a good team, no doubt about it. They've had some success, and once again, that got them enough attention to draw in some kids, the player from Cannon County, quarterback from Riverdale, but also they've got all those Central Magnet kids.
Kicking off for the Rockets, R.J. Terrian.
So Terrian kicking off once again. Wynn has been replaced in the return game by Oakley Starling. And Buckner will get another crack at it, this time from his 29. Heading to the middle, looking for some blockers. Cut down after a gain of only 1. Cut down at the 30-yard line.
It's always bad when your blockers are turned around looking at you. So somebody squirted through, and we just watched them go by.
Still 14-2, Oakland over Ravenwood in the 3rd quarter. Justin Wynn at quarterback tonight, has been for the majority of this game here tonight. Done an admirable job in the backfield. This is Green looking to find some room, and there is none. Green stacked up and pushed back, may have given him 1 yard.
Yeah, the offensive line did not do a good job. They were all standing up straight, trying to maybe more of a pass block type formation than a run block, and it showed.
1 yard gain for Green. It's 2nd down and 9. Inside 1 minute to go, 3rd quarter. Forrest with a 28-point lead over the Cougars. And depending how long this play lasts, it may be the final play of the third quarter. Wynn with Melton as his tailback. Wynn rolls to his left. Quick pass. Got his man. Looking to cut inside. First down to Trey Hickey. Trey Hickey up to the 44-yard line.
Not only was that a good catch, that was a good run after the catch.
Pass complete to Trey Hickey. Talking about Austin Harmon. So bring up first down and 10 for the Cougars.
So right at 11 yards on the pass and catch to Hickey. First and 10, this will be the last play of the third quarter. Melton again the tailback, 4 receivers. Melton, fake it to Melton, Justin Wynn with a nice spin move, gets up near the 49-yard line as the horn sounds in the third quarter to end the third quarter, and we head to the final 12 minutes of play. Justin Wynn picked up, 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 5 when we come back for the fourth quarter. You're watching Cougar football on the TSSAA network. And welcome back. Fourth quarter set to get underway. Cougars in a hole, 34-6, trailing here at homecoming in Chapel Hill, Tennessee to the Forrest Rockets. But Justin Wynn picked up 5 yards on a first down play, and this is 2nd down and 5. Quick
backwards pass.
It is a backwards pass. Austin Melton looking for it, and he does get it. Wynn put it in a place where Tanner Green had to adjust back for it, and it went right through his hands.
Yeah, that was, and Justin knew it. Yeah, that was a bad play on Justin's part. Lucky to maintain possession after that.
It's a loss of 10. On the play, it's now 3rd down and 15. Cougars were 4 of 10 on 3rd down going into the half. They are 0 of their previous 2 here in the second half. So 3rd down and 15. Wynn looking to pass, going downfield, overshoots his intended receiver, Oakley Starling, at the Rocket 45. Oakley was open and would have had a first down had Wynn been able to get it to him.
Yeah, Wynn threw it on the run. He was having to throw against his body. That was a low percentage pass.
Unfortunately, we got to mark off a 10-yard loss against Tanner Green for that bad backwards pass a moment ago. Now it is 4th down, and you will not go for it on 4th down here. Wynn going to get a chance for a quick kick, a rugby-style kick. Pretty adequate kick. It'll be Doherty at his own 31. Doherty looking for blockers, has got a lane to the near side, being chased by Burgess, being chased by Wynn, being cracked by Melton as he gets to the Cougar 38-yard line. A good return by Jacob Doherty, who's been hurting the Cougars in all aspects of the game tonight.
Yeah, good kick. The bad part about that kick is he kicked it straight to somebody. The whole point of that rugby-style kick is to kick it away from the returner, to angle it toward the sidelines.
So another redistricting rumor you were wanting to tell me about, Rob?
Yeah, I'll wait till after this play.
10:46 to go. If the Rockets score another 7 points, that will put the mercy rule into effect with a margin of 35 points. New quarterback in and a new tailback who bounces to the left. Finds some room back to the middle.
Not bad. Yeah, Fayetteville Central is a new school. Much like Central Magnet, they started with 9th grade, then they added 10th grade, and then this year they've added 11th grade. Well, this is enrollment time, so their enrollment numbers put them in 2A, but they're not full yet, and so they're adding varsity football. They already play a JV schedule. They're adding varsity football, and most everybody thinks they're going to end up in our district. The problem is that they're going to very quickly be a 3A school, maybe even 4A, depending on how many people they draw from the Lincoln County
Not to
district.
cut you off, Rob, but there was a fumble, and the Cougars recover. Recovered by Sam Mathis at the Cougar 37.
Yeah, I'll gladly stop talking about that. But anyway, Fayetteville, which is we already play them in basketball, has got some athletes. There's no doubt about it. And they have already in the JV schedule beat Tullahoma, which is
it's a 4A school.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but unfortunately, the way that enrollment thing works, they don't have a full school yet. And so I'm not sure, but rumors are that if we stay where we're at, they may be on our schedule.
So 1st and 10 Cougars after the turnover. This time Wynn gets it to Green, who catches it cleanly. Going around the corner, crosses the 40-yard line up to the 41.
I like the screen pass. We've tried that all year long, but, it's an easy 5 yards every single time.
Up to the 42 and a 5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5.
It speeds up our backs because you can throw it faster than you can run it. It's basically a long handoff.
Or a short toss play.
Right.
2 backs in the backfield with Wynn, Melton and Green. It is Green getting the carry again to the right, stacked up for virtually no gain. Going to bring up 3rd down. They are going to give Tanner Green a gain to the 43, so a gain of 1, 3rd down and 4. 14 tries on 3rd down, including this one upcoming. For the Cougars tonight, they have converted 4 on 3rd down. However, they are 50% on 4th down tries, 3 of 6. Melton and Green in the backfield with Wynn. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near is Oakley Starling. Low snap, Wynn fields it cleanly. Looking over the middle, got his man, Peyton Buckner, 1st down.
The receivers have stepped up. They have played well. I think they've got new life. That's probably been one of the main bright spots is the receivers have played well.
Into Rocket territory at the 47. Pickup of 9 and a 1st down.
We've only got 6 points, but I'd be interested to know how many yards and what our time of possession is because we've moved the ball. Oh, no.
Wynn, trouble with the snap. Going to just try to get what he can and decides to just eat it at the Cougar 47-yard line.
Well, he made a good decision there. Unfortunately, the protection broke down, and so he was surrounded by blue. He might have made something happen otherwise, but he made a good decision.
So it's a loss of 6, 2nd down and 16 for the Cougars. 7:40 to go in the game. Cougars now with a long 2nd down try. Wynn fakes it to Green, going to roll out to his left. Looking for a receiver.
Stop and plant.
Wynn going to try to take it himself. Up the middle, crosses into Rocket territory, gets back to the original line of scrimmage right at the 47-yard line. So
just an athletic play.
Going to pick up the 6 yards that he lost.
Yeah, just an athletic play. Showed his athleticism. Hard for me to know exactly who was open, who wasn't, but I think he probably made a good decision there.
So 3rd down and 10 now for the Cougars in Rocket territory. Looking to keep the drive alive. This may be 4-down territory, depending on the outcome of this play. The diamond formation is back on the far hash mark. As Wynn takes the snap. Going to look towards the diamond, being forced to his right, being chased. Lobs a pass out for Oakley Starling, but overshoots him. It falls incomplete.
Justin had numbers. He had numbers, but he really wanted to go to his left. My guess is that was the design. You know, his first choice was somebody on the left-hand side, but he had numbers on the right. But by the time that he looked left, that gave the defense a chance to catch up.
So 4th down upcoming. No timeouts. They're going to have to either run a play or decide to quick hit right away. 6.5 minutes to go here. Clock is stopped with the incompletion. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Don't blame him.
Not at all. Single tailback, 2 receivers either way. Tailback is Green. Wynn takes the snap. Looks to throw. Good protection. Over the middle. Intended for Oakley Starling. Nearly picked off by Cage Hargrove.
Tried to force it. Knew it was 4th down. Tried to force it.
So another turnover on downs, and the Rockets will get it at their own 47-yard line. 6:19 to go and leading 34-6 here. A nice homecoming night for these Forrest fans here at the Rock in Chapel Hill.
The offense has stalled out, and, you know, we had that one turnover in the end zone. Again, though, we've moved it. We've moved it midfield or further before it stalled out. We've moved the ball. Just not put any points on the board.
New quarterback in the game as Forrest rotates in their second team. As we see which Cougar made the tackle down there at the bottom of the pile, and that
Chris
was
Collins, I believe.
And that was 64 for MTCS, which is not on my roster.
Kyle Howard is 54.
54, sorry.
Both him and Chris got up off the bottom. I wasn't sure.
Number 12 for Forrest in at quarterback is David Andrews, the freshman. Tailback here is 31, Lauren Adams. And this is Adams getting the carry. To the left.
Still reaching up high. Of course, we match up better with the current group that's in there, but our defense is just not tackling. They're just reaching up high.
Oakley Starling onto the defensive stat sheet with a tackle there. Forrest content to run the ball here. Up by a comfortable margin. Just over 5 minutes to go in this one. Home crowd starting to thin out now. Going to go celebrate in the parking lot.
That was a hold.
Tailback into the game here is going to be smothered by a host of Cougars.
Good pursuit.
Led by Franklin Roberts. That was number 8 for Forrest, Dante Baugh.
Yeah, I thought Franklin got held. He was trying to get outside and had beat his man. And it's hard to tell from this distance, but he did a good job.
Well, Sam Mathis having a quietly effective night on defense. 3 tackles, including the sack, a half a sack that he shares with Kyle Howard, and a fumble recovery. As the Rockets punt, Wynn will let it roll down to the 11-yard line where he will take over with the Cougar offense.
I'm surprised Justin was in there considering playing quarterback, but he probably should have picked that one up. Yeah, Sam's done a good job. Of course, I'm proud of him. I think he does good on defense, but that just goes to show you that freshman class is good. Absolutely. I mean, they really are. And I'll tell you something interesting about that freshman class. They are the first group that has made it to high school football that started in the elementary football league. So they are the
alpha omega of the MTCS football.
Yeah, they actually, the first year of the elementary football league, they were in 5th grade. And so I guess technically there were some 6th graders last year now that I think about it. But I know that this group has definitely, developed that.
They've got the chemistry.
Well, the chemistry, but not just that. I guess the confidence is the word I was looking for, because they've played these guys. They've played Forrest now since they were in 5th grade. They've played Cascade. They beat, as 8th graders last year, they were the first team ever to beat Cascade in junior high. So they look at it different. I think that, some of the older guys, even though they were on winning teams, they weren't actually the guys that were the leaders of those teams. And so for them, it's new territory. And so, you got to learn how to win. And the freshmen, this first-year class, I'm really excited about, because Braden and Tanner and Sam and Trey and Luke Howell and Nick Merritt and all those guys that are out there right now, they know how to win.
Wynn. Tanner Green catches a hard, high pass. Got some room to run. Tanner Green to the 20, to the 25, and cut down as he gets across the 25 out to the 28.
Have I told you I like the screen pass?
A few times, I believe.
Yeah.
Say it again. It never gets old when it works to perfection like that.
All year long, we've seen that where we've tried to run it a few times, and for whatever reason, it's not always been execution issues. Just for whatever reason, it didn't work out. But you can tell it's got potential. Just the way we're lined up, the way they're lined up, we have that advantage. 19 yards for Tanner Green on the screen pass, and this is Green again, stacked up, but falls forward for a yard. Be second down and 9 from the 31. In years to come, I think we'll be able to bust some of those. Right now, we're just keeping them honest on defense.
Tanner Green, that was his 18th carry of the night, ties Zach Brandon from last week as the most carries by a single Cougar back in 2012.
Another freshman.
Wynn rolling to his right, that's his left. Outside for Starling, who's cut down as he gets to the 35-yard line. They're going to say forward progress just across the 35 to the 36.
Boy, it'd be great to take this last 3 minutes here and just drive it down the length of the field and put one in the end zone.
3rd and 4 upcoming now after the 5-yard catch by Oakley Starling. Three by one, wide receivers. Green in the backfield. Wynn rolling to his right. That is his right this time. He throws, and it's caught by Buckner at the 45. Cuts back to the interior, but he slips down on a good tackle as he gets to the 46-yard line.
They're rolling. Let's see if they can keep it going past the 50. But
2.5 minutes to go. Cougars looking to put more points on the board.
It's fun to watch when they move the ball. As a fan, the scoreboard does not, and if you've been watching the game, you know this, the scoreboard does not indicate the effectiveness we've had on offense tonight.
1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Green punishing
good job,
inside.
Good job.
What a good run by Tanner Green as he crosses midfield.
I like it, and that just builds confidence. As a freshman, he's learned a lot tonight. And
5 yards.
That'll build it for the next couple of games.
5 yards for Tanner Green, and I'm running out of room on my stat sheet to record all the carries that he's getting tonight.
And not only does he not have experience as a freshman, but he's not big. He's undersized. He's strong. I know how he works in the weight room, but he'll only get better.
Another quick screen pass to Tanner Green. Looking to get outside. Tanner Green turns the corner, 45, 40, 35, down to the 30 before he's pushed out of bounds.
You want to say it or you want me to?
Go right ahead, sir.
I like the screen pass.
And even 20 yards ripped off by Tanner Green. Wynn doing himself a lot of favors by making sure these are forward passes to Tanner Green, adding to his passing stats for the night. And we will give you the complete stat line once this game is over.
What we're seeing right now is a spread offense. This is how it's designed to work. It's dink and dunk.
Wynn passes for Clay Mitchell in the game at receiver. Bounces off Clay's hands, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, and Clay was open. He just missed that one. I'm sure he would say the same thing. But what we're seeing right now is the essence of the spread offense as we're supposed to run it. It de-emphasizes the line, gets everybody on defense spread out, and gives us opportunity to get, 4 to 5 yards running toward the sideline.
57 seconds to go in the game. Cougars at the Rocket 29-yard line. And this is Braden Melton lowering his head, pushing forward to the 28. One tough yard. Only Melton's 4th carry of the game and his 1st in the second half. Cougars can get a couple of more plays in if they hurry. Maybe take a couple of shots deep towards the end zone against this Rocket second team defense. 33 seconds and counting. Cougars look like they're in no hurry. Trey Hickey, the lone receiver to the near side. Melton, Starling, and Mitchell to the far side. Over the middle.
Good
and
catch.
It's caught. Pulled in by Melton down to the 10-yard line. Clock will stop for the first down. 18.3 seconds to go.
Good catch. That was an impressive catch by Melton.
15 yards to Austin Melton. 15 seconds to go. Quick huddle. Cougars come quickly to the line. This will probably be the last play of the game unless it's an incompletion. Justin Wynn going to roll to his right. Going to look downfield. Over the head. It's intercepted in the end zone again. Looking for Austin Melton. But the Rockets find another Oski in the end zone to end the game here on homecoming night in Chapel Hill. Your final score, Forrest 34, MTCS 6.
Well, the receiver who went to the corner of the end zone was open. You know, I don't know. The score will not give us an indication of how well we played on offense. I mean, we moved the ball 400 yards, I bet. But we only have 6 points to show for it.
33 pass attempts for Justin Wynn here tonight. So as the teams greet each other, we will step aside for the moment. Come right back with your final stat line and our post-game show. You're watching Cougar football on the TSSAA network. which outside. Well, welcome back to The Rock in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Our quick post-game show will consist of a very impressive stat line for MTCS tonight. Although the scoreboard does not reflect it, as the Cougars lost 34-6, their offense well and truly got going here tonight. 81 total yards of rushing. Tanner Green, no surprise, your leading rusher, 19 carries for 64 yards. Justin Wynn, 8 carries for 13 yards. Braden Melton, 4 carries for 11 yards, and the lone Cougar touchdown on the ground. Brent Hoffbauer started the game at quarterback, went 3 for 7 for 32 yards with an interception. Justin Wynn came in and had the best passing performance by a Cougar quarterback in quite some time, finishing the game 20 of 33 for 230 yards and 2 interceptions. When you add the two numbers together, passing and rushing, Rob, you get a total offensive number tonight of 343 yards.
Yeah, but only 6 points. But, great job. No doubt that we were moving the ball, and those 2 interceptions by Wynn were both in the end zone that kept us from scoring. So we moved the ball. Had a couple of turnovers on downs and then, of course, a couple of interceptions. But, we take that away. I think we can build on that. We know that we can move the ball. We've got to stiffen up on defense a little bit. All in all, a good effort by the offense.
Leading receiver tonight, Austin Melton, 4 receptions for 74 yards. Peyton Buckner, 6 catches for 59 yards. Tanner Green, 4 catches off of that screen pass, got him 53 yards receiving tonight. So 117 all-purpose yards for Tanner Green.
Player of the game.
Oakley Starling contributed 4 catches for 26 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, a good night for Griffin Harper, 5 tackles to lead all Cougars on defense. Luke Howell and Austin Melton, again with 4 tackles apiece. Kyle Howard and Sam Mathis each with 3, and that includes a half sack apiece that they combined on. Sam Mathis also with a fumble recovery. Braden Melton and Trey Hickey each contributed 2 tackles. Wynn got in on the defensive side of the ball with 3 of his own. Nick Merritt, Oakley Starling each contributed 1. And Peyton Buckner, the defensive stud of the last couple of weeks, contributing 2 tackles here tonight. So the Cougars hit with only 1 penalty tonight for 5 yards. They ended up 5 of 16 on third downs, right at about 35% conversions. They were 3 of 7 on fourth down conversions. That is the stat line from tonight's game between Forrest and MTCS.
Something to build on.
Something to build on, and something to build on quickly, because next week in Murfreesboro, the Cougars return home to the Throne to face their biggest rival, the Eagleville Eagles, making the trip to Murfreesboro up Highway 99 to take on the Cougars. And we will see you from Throneberry Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff next Friday night. For Rob Mathis.
Yeah, I was just going to say we'll be the big underdogs for that game, but maybe they'll look past us. I think we've got some things that we can build on and feel good about going into practice this week.
Crazier things have happened in high school football. So that'll do it for us here at The Rock in Chapel Hill. Homecoming night, Forrest defeats MTCS 34-6 to move their record to 4-3. MTCS falls to 0-7 for 2012. We will see you next week in Murfreesboro. For Rob Mathis, I am Jay Bruner, wishing you a good night and God bless.